Okay, chat. I believe we should be live. We have the stream performing. Okay. Doesn't look like there's any tech issues, but at least so far. So we're good. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? Ooh. I personally am good. I was originally planning to go on somebody else's stream, but that got rescheduled to Monday. These centipedes actually do a lot of damage. I'm gonna actually have to go right back to the town. I mean, I could always use items, but it's like right there, so. I'm doing alright. I've been reading a bit more. Been playing Clair Obscure again. Oh. Yeah, the canoe. Is the canoe fast? The same speed as the boat? Actually, can you take the canoe onto the ocean? Because that's probably how you open up the next place to go. I'd imagine. I already got the fire crystal. I assume the other two crystals are going to be on those other two continents. Oh no, those. There is a difference between the ocean and the. Okay, that's interesting. All right, well. Let me see if I can remember where the boat is. I think it's on the other side of those mountains. I'm getting a lot of these giant centipede guys. They do some decent damage. I am going to... There we go. Trying at least... Ooh. See, these things do a lot of damage compared to the other enemies I've fought in the game. And the poison, it gets really annoying really quick. That's the other thing. Okay, so I think... Oh, I could travel down here and see if there's anything additional. Actually, no, I think this just goes back to the fire, the volcano. I think this just goes back to the volcano. See, a lot of the time it's just refamiliarizing myself with the map. Yeah, that goes back to the Wait, I can't actually literally just look at the map. Stupid. Alright, Alright. And use another antidote. So, actually, wait though. I couldn't find any docks when I went looking up there earlier. Like, kind of glancing at the map to see if maybe there's something I'm missing on that. I'm trying to think. Wait, there was a way to look at a more. Yep, there it is. Okay. So, over here is the volcano. It looks like there might be other areas I can get to through this river. Yeah, I think that might be the idea. Oh, the crystals are currently in things I'm trying to restore light to. Basically, I'm trying to make the crystals glow again, and doing that is supposed to help somehow with the, I guess, the rise of evil. Well, I know, like, I know they mentioned, for example, the earth rotting away and all this other stuff. So, okay, I think I have to go along the river. I don't think I leave the island yet. At least it's only 2 centipedes and not 4 of them. Crystak? Oh, did I? Oh, okay, wait, no, that would probably said something stupid, that's all. As is tradition. Alright. Let's just try and make quick work of these guys. Oh, the crocodile thing. Actually kind of a bit tanky. There we go. The good thing about the approach of trying to, like, figure out directly what to go. Okay, so so it looks like the river will lead me up that way. That's probably what I'm supposed. That just makes sense to me. I remember this thing being tanky and annoying. Alright. Oh damn, that just we just killed him before he could even do anything. Alright. They really went out of their way to, yeah, and they really went out of their way to kind of make it. Okay, so now we're by the volcano. Is there nowhere else I can make it to? It looks like these rivers should be connecting. They're it doesn't look like there's anything connected to this area other than the volcano. Let me double check. Alright. Yeah, I just wanted to double check because this map, it looked like there was other arrows connected to this river, but it doesn't look like they're connected actually on the map. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm supposed to go up to that port up there and then follow that river. So maybe it's two separate rivers. I think that's probably what I'll try and do. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling that's gonna at least get me somewhere I haven't been yet. I believe it's down. These things do a lot of damage too. Let's go ahead and do a group heal. And go ahead and kill the fish. Alright. That's the thing. I'm trying not to look up anything, so. Or, I've looked up a few times when I've been stuck, but I feel like no, I didn't know that circle was there in that town, and I would not have found that if I hadn't looked it up. Maybe I would have eventually, but not anytime. But right now I don't want to look anything up because I feel like I have the tools to find it. And look, worst case scenario, if I spend too long, I'm sure Raze will pop into the chat and call me a retard. He'll probably do that anyway. I think that's his favorite hobby, is calling people retards. Alright. So, I'm gonna go up to there, because... Yeah, so I'm gonna go up that way. I'm also gonna save. Hey, if this is a waste of time. Or if I just get completely rolled. Like, me. It is interesting that I've noticed that the higher level you are, the more enemies flee from you. That isn't really a problem early on, outside of, like, the more timid enemies anyway, but I've noticed it starting to happen again. So, for a completely impromptu, thing, Madam Web, that's a movie, isn't it? It's one of the movies of all time. I mean, it's allegedly a movie. We haven't confirmed. We have to speak to experts. We have to consult them to decide if it actually happened. Why is Thundaga so... See, Dake, I only mentioned that because I knew it would... I'm personally of the opinion it's a mass hallucination. Allegedly. Alright. So the plan is stop here, use the canoe to go down here. Let's explore, let's see what we can find. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play D&D yesterday. I was looking forward to it, but it's one of those days where just everybody had something coming up. Excuse me. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything over here. Oh, yeah, I can... Okay, so there should be some... There might... This looks like an area where there should be something. I'm just gonna delete these guys real quick. I really do wish there was some kind of speed stat or something that, like, helped determine turn order. Oh. There's just a lot of dead ends over here, but there has to be something over here. It is interesting to see, because I've played most of the games I've played in the series have all been kind of the later half of the games. Like I remember playing 13, and it's interesting to think that this eventually became that. Like, you kind of have to wonder, like it's not just the added graphics either. I was talking to my brother the other day about how a lot of these companies just don't make turn-based games anymore because they don't think it'll work. And it's like, what do you mean? It worked for decades and decades and decades. Hi, the OG. Hello. Yes, we're playing the OG. I'm planning to play through the whole series this year. So. Yeah, I knew it would retarget my stuff, so. But yeah, that's why so many of the, like, JRPG franchises, there's still some that do turn-based stuff, but so many of the big classic ones just don't anymore. Or they do that weird, like, mix of, like, turn-based and real-time. And I don't know, I'll probably see the development over time as I'm playing these games. Nope. Let's go ahead and deal them. Doesn't really matter what anyone else does. I was gonna delete these guys. Yeah, it is something I have to remember is I always have those lower level spells. This cave. This cave seems interesting. Wait, let's save before we go delving too far into this.
I've said that about many caves.
Hello! Hi.
What is up?
How you doing?
I'm alright. I'm alright. Can't complain.
Oh, we've got now we've got an updated version of the little ghosty guys. We got the specters. 49 damage on it. That's not bad.
Did you see Lulu mention that in your server earlier?
I usually don't look at Discord. I try not to look at Discord when I'm on. Who mentioned what in my server?
Lulu, it's in VC chat.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see that comment. Should I ping him?
Sure, why not?
I guess I might as well.
It's your stream, man. How's everybody doing in chat today?
We actually have some people in chat I haven't seen before. That's always good. I like when I can see people I don't recognize in chat, because it usually tells me, it's usually a good sign for me, you know?
Sure, that makes sense. What's going on, Reggie?
Yeah, and, I think a null frost is going to be really useful in this cave.
I will take your word for it. It seems like it would make sense, though.
Oh, yeah. I just, like, this is the most frustrating thing about this game right now, is just that there's no... So, for example, when I do a spell like that, there's no guarantee I'm going first. It's especially annoying with the undead enemies, because, you know, how much damage the anti-undead spells do to them. It's like, I'd rather just start with that, because a lot of time these encounters are just trivial.
Right.
But it's like, nah, you've got to go and, yeah, you have to go through the whole fight. Oh, they get to go, and they're just gonna hit you with... They're just gonna hit your guys with status effects. Or whatever, and it's like, I just want to, like, nuke them and move on. I think that's the thing they did, from what I understand, did better, later on. Oh, we're being jumped by skeletons. There is a lot of reusing assets in this game. I've noticed that.
Well, all the games from back then did that.
Yes,
some of them
they
just
do.
guys it better than others.
I mean, at least the art style, the art was kind of, well, good for games that are designed to be played on, like, you know, an NES.
Was this an NES game?
I think it was. Yeah. It was 87. So I think that was SNES era. It's either SNES or SNES. And with the, I do like encounters where I'm like, oh, okay, these guys are all dead. Undead, I'll just, you know. It does feel like I'm probably overleveled.
Well,
what
I mean, you're nearing the end game, right?
So there's if I had to guess, what it's probably going to be is I do the next two crystals, which I wouldn't be surprised if that one of those crystals is here. Then after that, it's probably going to be like a final area and a boss fight.
Hey.
Actually,
Alright.
wait, the easiest way to tell is just go by the spell. Yeah, there's 2 more spell types, so there's probably 2 more, at least 2 more areas. There's 2 more levels of spells. Almost Tiara. I just want to see if it has a different animal. I think I've used it once or twice. Oh, they're targeting iron. You must have been late for something.
It is his superpower.
It is. Ah, they stunned you.
I'll walk it off. It's fine.
I mean, true, you will, and you still... That's the thing. You face tank everything for the party. They hit you with an attack that would kill me or outright, and you're just like, 1 damage.
I'm the Rocky of the team.
Yeah. Well, basically, and what you do for, like, durability, Iron kind of does for damage, because he critical hits so often.
Yeah, we do seem like we make a good team.
If I had... That's the thing, a lot of the problems I have with the game, it's kind of like... A lot of it just is because of the era of the time, you know? Like, oh yeah, things get really repetitive, and it's like, yeah, this was made for the NAS. It was one of the earlier JRPGs, like... If I had to say what a lot of the challenge was early on, it was a resource management.
Well, it has to be. I mean, they had such limited storage, such limited tech to work with.
Yep. And I do, while I do like seeing numbers go burr, I feel like just by virtue of being lost half the time, you know, the numbers haven't been as impressive. Let me just go ahead and...
I still activate floating numbers in any game that allows me to.
Yes, yes. Which Claire Obscure does, because I know you were looking at that, because watch Mauler play the first little bit of it.
I did. It looks fun.
But it like I said, it's probably made my like top 10 gaming list ever.
I had a nice time doing that yesterday, just chilling out. And then do you know what I did today, chat? You know what I did today to offset a nice chill day yesterday? I watched the new episode of Fallout, and then I watched, as Rangi so subtly suggested, Madam Web.
Yeah, I was like, what?
You might ask why I would do this to myself, and I don't have good answers for you.
Well, Madam Web is one of those movies that it's funny and like it's really bad, and it's really fun to make fun of it with like friends and drinks.
Yeah, I can see that that could be the case. Like as a solo experience, it was just I honestly don't know what to say. Like I really just don't.
It's probably got some of the worst dialogue I've seen from like a high budget movie in a long time.
I didn't take any notes because I expected to just sit down and be like, "Oh, everyone tells me this is laugh out loud funny." I'm like, "Okay, fine." I'm like, "Yeah." I didn't really get that. I vaguely remember having 2 questions, and I've already forgotten what they both were because I think my brain is actively trying to purge it.
Hold on, I fell. And there's a
It's
cultist.
funny you say that.
There's a cultist
Falling
with
was-
me.
Falling was quite the theme of Fallout as it happens in this episode.
Oh god, how bad has it gotten? I
Do you care
remember
about this?
X showed me like 2 episodes of the first season. It was awful.
Okay, so do you care about spoilers or?
No, I'm probably never watching this shit. I was I was considering like half a year ago if I should like review it and stuff, and I was kind of like, well, I would only want to do that with X.
Well, if you want, you can sit in on my my watch through of the show, which is coming up because I'm still on my first round of note taking for the video. So I've gone through Nuka Break mostly. I need to kind of clear my head a little bit. I didn't realize I say that going to watch a worse show, but
I was gonna say,
uh,
like, probably one of the worst shows. Well, it's weird because it's so weird.
Fallout is so it's such an odd show, man. Like there's really good performances. Like there's some really I have to praise the attention to the set design, although obviously it's all, Fallout 4 and post that design, so not really with a grain of salt, but like it's just
Yeah. Well, like,
you could have made it look great and instead you made it look, recognizable, I guess.
but that's the annoying thing with the Fallout universe at this point. Like, they just refuse to move past just the apocalypse aesthetics and realize, and like,
And it's not that. I mean, all of like everything you're supposed to recognize is recognizable, but it's very recognizably the model that was used for 4 and 76 as opposed to any game that came before it.
what did you think about them just deleting the NCR, essentially?
I
I kind of hate
am
it.
very puzzled. I think I see the shape of where they're going with season 2, and I think one of the surprise reveals is going to be no, actually the NCR aren't dead. It's just, on the back foot and reeling.
Yeah,
They're starting to
we just haven't encountered them at all, and ran into people who said they was destroyed, and the capital of it was nuked.
Well, in season 2, they gave us a new one, which was basically the Japanese soldiers marooned on an island for 60 years bullshit. It's like this not ranger team, but this NCR like small squad who have apparently been out in the desert for like 20 years and just don't realize that the NCR are like just deleted.
Oh,
So
how?
I mean, make what you will of that. I don't know.
Literally everybody in the region is going to have like not learned about it by now. Like, there were probably like, you can't even medieval eras like news would travel.
Well, it's more confusing than you think. So they've said the show is canon to the games, and I can only assume that then means that the games are canon to the show? Question mark.
Questionably.
But if they are, particularly if 3 is, then there's already established travel between Britain and the States, even in the apocalypse.
I didn't even think.
Well, Alistair Tenpenny, I don't know if you ever played 3, but Alistair Tenpenny expressly says that he came from Britain to make his fortune in the States. And like, well, that's probably a reference to, the old days. At the end of the day, he's not a ghoul, he's not immortal. He had to have done it, within the last few decades.
What's this ice timer? That's probably gonna
Which I have to admit, I had actually forgotten about until I ended up watching another video that autoplayed on me afterwards earlier on.
Anyone else use the ice armor? I assume.
Let's see. They introduced the first super mutant that we see. And he's voiced by Ron Perlman. So.
Well, he is somebody I would want to do the voice of like a super mutant.
Well, he is effectively the voice of Fallout, so it makes sense. I thought they were going to choose, like, one of the few named and talkative super mutants, but I guess not. Or maybe he is, and they just changed the voice. I don't know yet. They didn't give him a name. This season seems to be all about trying to fix what they did in season 1 that they know everyone hated. So,
well,
you
wait,
don't care about everybody said that.
I have to
So this
you.
episode...
all the nerdy people hated, and all of the normies plugged down like the slop it was.
Yeah, well, that's true, unfortunately. This episode was like half dedicated to redeeming Cooper's wife. So they do a whole reveal. Sorry, chat. They do a whole reveal where
spoilers, chat. Well, I'll put message in chat once we're done. If for some reason somebody wants to watch it.
Well, who knows? There are some bizarre people out there who might even be encouraged by what I'm going to say. So in season one, one of the penultimate things is she makes a pitch to the combined corporate heads that they should be the ones to drop the bombs because nuclear war is an opportunity for profit.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that from the first hearing about that from the first season, and I'm like, but no, how?
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd statement. The
Well,
reveal in this one is that she was actually being forced to do that by a guy who was also being forced to tell her, and that is apparently threats from the past version of the Enclave, as in before they were militarized. I
okay,
guess.
so the
No,
Illuminati.
well, I mean, the Enclave have now been name dropped in the Wasteland as well for the first time. The first mutant name drops them to the Ghoul. He does this whole thing about there's a bigger war coming and you want to choose what side you're on. Are you going to be, with the mutants, or are you going to be with the humans? And he says that the ultimate architects of it all are the Enclave, and then the rest of it kind of flits between past and present, and it all kind of focuses on the idea of the shadowy cabal behind the shadowy cabal. So yeah, they appear to be building up the Enclave as the big villains.
Which makes sense, but also, like, I don't know, it's like, I'm trying
Well,
to
it would seem to suggest that there's at least one companion from New Vegas that we're definitely not going to see now. Like, if the Enclave are still around, still alive, and still shadowy, then there's no way Arcade Gannon is turning up in this show. It can't make sense. Which I'm actually kind of glad about. It means he at least will be left untouched. Although, on the other hand, he is the only openly gay character that is a companion in Vegas. So I'm like, if there's one that they're going to want, it's going to be him.
I was gonna say.
Oh, no, actually, no, sorry, I know, I tell a lie. Actually, there's two. There's two. I'm surprised they've actually held off and not shown us any of the companions from Vegas yet. I'm waiting for it.
Oh God, I think that would be a turning point for like I was gonna say it would be a turning point, but then I'm like, what? Because the amount of damage they've done to just the factions, from what I know and what I've heard, like secondhand.
Well, they seem to suggest that some of the events of New Vegas have happened. In that original Caesar is dead. I'm not calling him Kaiser, I don't give a shit. Original Caesar is dead for reasons that are left unexplained. And there are two camps of Caesar's legion split by split by a picket fence between them that are at like a small civil war. It's kind of suggested that the rest of the legion must therefore also be doing that, but we don't know. The NCR are presumed dead from everything the show has told and shown us so far, but I don't see how that can really be the case.
Oh geez, these guys can only ice storm as shit.
We haven't seen any Mojave Brotherhood yet. We've only seen the guys from season 1 and a few other chapters turn up, including the Commonwealth guys from 4. Who are apparently a massive military deal in the Brotherhood, like so strong that all the other factions together don't think they could beat them if it came to it. But yeah, that chapter, not the season 1 chapter, seems to have been mostly beheaded and bereft of power at the moment, and Maximus has nixed the cold fusion thing again, and is now on his way with dual scribe guy from season 1 across the wasteland to try to find Lucy because she's the only good person he knows.
Okay. Got a lot of skill, by the way.
As far as I can tell, like, I genuinely think they reworked every plan that they had, and this season has basically been trying to make up for the damage they didn't realize they were doing in season 1. The thing is, they're doing plenty here as well.
Well, better or worse than season 1?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure.
What's your take at this moment? What would you say at this moment if for some reason it just stopped here?
In terms of individual quality, the episodes are. They're probably slightly better in terms of everything other than script. Like the performances are a little better. I feel like they've tightened up a bit more on the characters. Yeah, it's probably a little better, but I find it very difficult to say that.
Understandably so, from what I understand. Because this is the interesting thing, right? Because I see kind of Fallout, the TV show, as kind of almost a normie barometer. You know? But
Yeah, I see what you mean there.
yeah, like it kind of tells me how much people engage with media.
Less than ever before.
I mean, look, I think that a lot of old stuff was also always slop, but but when we're talking, but that the nerd stuff wasn't the same as like a lot of the, because like you have like Real Housewives of this or that, like that stuff is obviously slop, and I think the only difference is that crowd is now watching the stuff that used to be kind of the domain of the nerds.
I blame Big Bang Theory,
I
and
do
to a
too.
lesser degree, Modern Family. Big Bang Theory just, ugh.
I don't even know what Modern Family is.
Modern Family isn't that bad, but when it came to the nerd references, there weren't very many, but like it was all surface level. They didn't get what they were doing. Much like Big Bang Theory, except it was literally the central premise and theme of the entirety of that show was, hey, nerds. Oh, sorry.
Well, my view of Big Bang Theory has always been like, no, there's no reason for anyone who does care about this stuff to celebrate it, because this is a show literally designed to make fun of you.
And it's designed to do so in a way that like doesn't look like it's making fun of it.
Yep. Yep.
Like, look how we're talking about all the stuff you love. It's like, yeah, but you don't understand the references you're making. Like, nobody on set does. It's just plop.
So, what's your stance on JRPGs? What's your experience with them? I know you're like a bit of an old head in general with a lot of like stuff. So I'm wondering,
Not much.
did
Not
you
much, really, by your standards. I mean, obviously AOT, which I enjoy. I still haven't gone back to that SAO game. That I think I might need some help with that one, actually, because I'm still very puzzled by that fucking thing. Other than that, like proper JRPGs, very few. Mates tried to get me into Final Fantasy back in the day. I played like 10 minutes of one of them, and I just lost all patience I had with it. I was just like, no,
do you
take
know
this
which
controller
one
away.
you played?
No, but people tell me it was probably 7.
Okay,
It was turn-based, and I'm pretty sure it had Cloud.
okay, then yeah, it was probably 7. Or there, I don't know if 7 had a spin-off, but yeah. See, it's interesting, right? Because my Final Fantasy experience is limited. I played a couple of the newer games. I played a little bit of the MMO. I played one of the older games, but I don't know which one. And outside of that, I played Final Fantasy 13. Considered by a lot of people one of the worst in the series. I thought it was okay. But it's like
I
hyper
have
linear.
absolutely no. I have no knowledge with which to agree or disagree. To be honest, I know next to nothing about them. It was just it was never my thing, you know. And the first one I got interested in would have been, was it? Yeah, it probably was Attack on Titan, the 2 actually.
Yeah, but I would. Attack on Titan isn't really like a JRPG in the traditional sense, because JRPG basically became its own genre. Like
In that
Claire
case, I guess
Obscura is technically a
technically, then I
JRPG.
might not have played one by those standards.
Yeah, Claire Obscura is technically a JRPG. It's literally inspired by Final Fantasy VII.
Isn't it French made?
It's French made, but it was inspired by Final Fantasy. I'm pretty sure they've specifically stated that.
So is this the first one we have to call an FRPG?
Possibly. I mean, look, if the French do take over the like foreign RPG genre from what, because the problem with is like Japan has like kind of abandoned the turn-based system.
We could prove last night they make good movies.
They do, the French do make the French do make good media. Because I liked Blue-Eyed Samurai too, and that's French made.
You were talking about that yesterday, yeah.
Yeah.
It is on my list. My ever-growing list.
It's very clearly like meant to be that type of revenge story of like the cost of revenge and stuff like that. I
It's
thought,
funny you say that because I think Fallout are trying to do that with Lucy as well, and it's just I don't know. It's not really landing.
that's not surprising.
It's a pity because they've now got her in scenes with her dad again, and they're both really good actors. And they're giving really good performances. It's just the story is nonsense, and I'm not entirely sure where I'm supposed to think it's going to go from here.
Okay, hold on, wait though. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I bet you just saw the same pop up I did.
Son of a fucking bitch, that fucking holds. I have to keep those in mind. Okay, let's hope we just wait them out outright. Go. Leave. I'm going down here. But yeah, when it comes to Fallout, I don't know, it feels like they put a lot of work in like the props and the set dressing and stuff like that. But then
They definitely did. I will give them credit for that.
yeah, that I would actually argue like that is kind of where the show does shine. Like they're really good at the aesthetic. You almost are like, look, let's just fire anyone in the writing room. Let's just fire anyone. I'll even say we can keep the actors, but let's just fire anyone involved in directing. Let's keep like all the below the line workers who like worked hard to like make the aesthetic and then make something good.
Oh yeah, the crew have worked hard and it shows.
I think that's why the normies like it.
Yeah, it is because they'll say to like their fairly casual Fallout nerdy friend, like, "Oh, what do you think?" He's like, "Oh, I've played 4. It looks really like it. It's great. Yeah, I think it fits in really well." And then anyone who's played the older games will be looking at it going, not again."
Yeah, well, this is the other problem. It's like when it comes to this type of stuff, it's like then outside of that, you get the if you are somebody that's more cynical and more like an old head when it involves this properties, you're seen as the buzzkill. That's my experience too. No.
Yeah, I've had that experience as well. I would like to be able to argue with you, but I can't.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh well, he doesn't like anything.
Now I hear that a lot, and that's not true. I like plenty of things.
Yeah,
I just like
I like
good things.
Well, yeah, but when we're talking about normies, they don't understand that because they don't really pay it. You gotta understand, the normie just sits down, their brain checks out, and then they are basically they're not really thinking about any of the media they watch. They just sit down, and then it's like it's the slop conveyor belt because they don't care. They're just looking for something to do that isn't. I don't blame them. I don't even
Yeah.
hold anything against them for it.
I do a little bit. I mean, you could be a little more discerning. It's not asking much.
Yeah,
Like,
but
we'd all benefit from it.
that's true. But you know what I mean. It's like because they don't want to. They don't
I'm not
want
running
to
around
fix.
pointing accusing fingers at people on the street saying watch better media or anything. But like at the
Oh,
same time,
can we?
the simple truth is, like, can we actually? It's like see you wearing that band T-shirt. Name 2 albums. Name 2 albums of that 50-year-old band. 2.
Name
I
two
did.
To be fair, I probably couldn't name two Iron albums, but I have definitely one or two.
No, I mean, fair enough. Like, but if you're one of those people who's like your entire wardrobe is band T-shirts, it's a pretty reasonable question to be like, can you name 2 albums by like any of the bands whose T-shirts you own? And if you can, how many? I bet the answer is a lot lower than people would expect. I hate that shit. Ugh.
Yeah, like that's the thing, cause like it feels like it's kind of almost the downside of like because all this stuff used to be ostracized, and it's like I feel like for years and years people were like, oh, I wish people could understand and enjoy the media I like, and now all of the people are like, that was a mistake.
Yes, it was a horrible mistake. For any Arrested Development fans out there, I've made a huge mistake. I have to get you to watch that someday, actually. You'd like that show. It's very, very good.
Okay, well, we got a room full of demons, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Blizzara them. Blizzara is not generally the spell I would use in this region either, but this is the only time I've found it. It's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay, hold on.
You have to remember, I'm looking at all this with like 10-second delay.
I have the thing streaming in the Discord channel now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I'm just having it on auto right now for the skeletons. It's like I'm not too worried about them.
There is absolutely no shame in autoing casual encounters.
Oh, what? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, at least you're
Hey.
healed.
Back in the day, the lads used to give me shit playing around with Total War for autoing some smaller battles, and I'm just like, no, it's fine. My guys have
Yeah.
this. They don't need me to micromanage it. It's okay.
Well, that's the thing with Total War Warhammer. It's funny because the company is like misinterpreted entirely. Because most people auto battle most encounters. Because most encounters, it's like, yeah, I'm like this
Well, most always did
incredible.
even back then.
Yeah, yeah, it's like I'm this incredibly powerful like empire. I'm like facing the army with like 6 units.
Okay, here's 2 units of peasants and a light cavalry. It's like I think I'm good. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't think I need to face this in the field. We can just I'll even take like I'll even tank like the casualties you say I do. It's fine.
I've played an awful lot of Rome over the years, and I still do. I'm glad to say I have it working, properly optimized on this machine, actually. Although I will admit, I'm not entirely sure what I did with the graphics to make it work without the lag that I usually get, but it's working. I'll take it.
Now these guys I need to deal.
There's a picture on one of my backup folders. I'll have to find it one day and show it to you. It is the entire map of Rome 1 in both blue and later red in 2 separate campaigns. I don't often make a point of getting every region because it's seriously time consuming, but like every now and again you have to make a statement.
True. The autism sometimes just kicks in and you're like, well, I've already gotten this far.
But when you get mega vengeful. I get that way in Civ, actually. I really shouldn't, but when I'm playing the AI and I'm just screwing around, it's like, okay, things are going reasonably well, things are going pretty fine, religion's going pretty decently, culture's working away, and then someone sends a missionary or prophet, I'm like, okay, look, I'm going to casually and calmly discuss with you that you shouldn't do that. Okay, great, you're not going to do that? Fantastic. 10 turns later, they're like, your city is converted, and I'm like, time for thermonuclear warfare.
We suddenly encountered Dark Wizard. This
Well,
is new.
the
I've
way
never
I
heard them before.
the way I end up playing
Oh,
Civ, I'm usually like 2 centuries ahead of most of the AI.
well, fuck these guys. They just fucking killed Iron with like a actual spell.
I'm an arsehole. I'm literally looking at the wrong screen, even though you have. Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, Dake, you just avenged Iron.
Well, you know, teamwork makes the dream work, bro.
Yeah. Actually, I should probably get him back up. I
I'm
believe
not one to
it.
brag. Let me just go to one of our mutual servers and tell him I just saved his life, avenged his life.
Yeah, because he's still dead. Let me just go ahead and use it.
Actually, screw it. I'll tag him in. I'll tag him here.
Yeah, you avenged him.
Avenged? No.
You avenged him, and then I told him to get up. Stop being a lazy prick.
Get off that cell phone. I love that story earlier on. That was so perfectly him. Gotta go. Boss just came up behind me at work 2 minutes later. Where was I?
Okay, so this seems like it's just a trap. I feel like there's nowhere I can... I feel like I'm supposed to get to that crystal over there. There's nowhere I can step that's not going to, like... So I think I have to find the route that, like, drops me directly front to... Outside of that, okay. These are the guys, actually. I'm just gonna hit them with a high level because they can actually just kill our guys.
That fire effect is not bad.
No, it's definitely not.
I mean,
No,
for the time,
the
it's
spell effects are pretty good for. I assume they got upgraded as far as like because this is kind of like it's not a proper remake, but it's like you know probably as close as you're gonna get.
right.
Flame sword. Alright, and we end up in here. I'm gonna check on that flame sword and see if it's better than what you have.
Flame sword.
It is. You have the fire sword now.
I'm not gonna complain.
And There we go. Let's wipe them entirely. Why not, you know? They were just in the way.
What is your giant skybeam weapon?
A giant what weapon?
Skybeam.
Oh, Diara. It mercs. It's a white magic spell that kills specifically undead.
Huh. Alright.
So I can't use it on everything, but when we're facing an encounter like that, where it's just all undead, like it's useless here. But when we're doing that encounter, where it's just literally all undead.
Yeah, I get you.
I like that they added a fire effect to the actual sword.
I also approve.
Alright, so I think I actually did, so, like, Diara, in this case, is what it would be. It's useful in this sort of situation. Jeez, you just popped 442 damage.
Saw that.
On a scrub,
clean
too.
him.
It's not even like a big tough guy.
They're all fucked now.
Oh, yeah. So, I think I dropped within the inner area. When I fell through that hole that's in the area of the chest. So I think that's where I'm going to aim myself to go. Is I'm just gonna fall back down that hole. See if maybe I'm able to get to the crystal. So I believe it was the loose ice from. There we go.
Well, that was nice and easy.
Yep. So we're falling down this. Hopefully this will let us where we need to be. Get a quick save. We're facing the evil eye. Hopefully this isn't just a distraction, and this is actually related to what I'm trying to do.
But he's new, so that's promising.
He is. I've never seen this enemy before. We'll do no frost just in case.
Okay. That was easy.
Okay, I don't think he was the boss. Was he?
I have
You
no idea.
obtained a Levy Stone. Great, what's that do?
Well, obviously it lets you summon Captain Levi.
Bro. Levi just shows up, murks
That would
the
be a
enemy.
horrifying advantage to get in any game. Like, Levi just shows up and destroys whatever the fuck you're fighting. Never says a word, just a look of disapproval and gone.
Almost annoyance. He's like, I can't believe you had to summon me for that.
Yeah, like, really?
Like, you couldn't take that one on yourself? I might step away for just a second.
Alrighty. You know what that means, chat.
Give me a... Yep. Do you want me to give you a topic, or do you have one?
I don't have anything in mind, so I guess you may as well.
How about Flash? What do you know about the Flash?
Oh, a bit. Here and there.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, I can do Flash. Where do we start with Flash, chat? Let's see. Suppose the beginning makes the most sense. So, you'd have to excuse me, Flash. Yeah, Flash. Whoops. Have to excuse me, chat. I'm a little burpy tonight. So, the first Flash was Jay Garrick. Back in the old days, he of the red t-shirt, the blue jeans, and the Mercury winged helmet. And he fought with the Justice Society. Many, many great heroes. Many, many great adventures. If you're not familiar with the JSA, you should look them up. They're actually really cool. And they've had some great, more modern adventures than you would think. It's not like they just kind of tapered off in the 40s and 50s. Some really good stuff. I strongly recommend it. So, Jay's thing was, let me think now. I believe it was some weird application of heavy water that gave him his powers. Who did we have after that as a speed? Well, not speeds. Okay, we're doing Flash. We're not going to do speedsters. There is a tangent to be made there about the Quick family, but we'll move on. So, chronologically, the next Flash was, of course, the much famed, much loved, and much missed Barry Allen. And Barry was the first one to get his powers from the Speed Force. He was the first one to get the powers by way of lightning bolt and assorted chemical mix, as you've all seen in the absolutely god-awful movie and the not much better show, and possibly even the much older show, which was, technically better, actually. Let's see. Barry, of course, famously died in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Did not come back for a long, long time. And Barry's death led to his protege and much younger friend, Wally West, taking up the mantle of the Flash. Wally would be the one that most of you would probably know as the Flash, I'm guessing, based on, likely ages. Wally, for instance, was the Flash throughout the Justice League cartoon and the Justice League Unlimited cartoon. So, that leaves us with Bart, who you may know as Impulse. Bart is the grandson of Barry Allen and Iris from the future, who was, I want to say he was born, I'm pretty sure he was born with the powers, and then he traveled back in time as a young teen / 10-year-old or so, to meet his famous ancestor and talk about, Flash stuff. And, I'm sure some of you have seen and or read Young Justice, so, you know where we're going with that one. Let's see. Am I missing anyone with that one who's actually a Flash? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going into the 1 million stuff because I don't remember that guy's name, and frankly, the 1 million stuff is honestly kind of lame. Okay. I guess we'll talk about the other speedsters now. So, the other Silver Age speedster was a dude named Johnny Quick. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him or not, but he got his powers through discovering this odd formula. And if he recited this odd formula, he would gain super speed. For the era. It's obviously Silver Age. So I believe he was not quite as fast as Jay.
So is Jay
Later on.
supposed to be faster than the normal Flashes?
Oh no, Jay is much slower.
That was always the impression I got.
I shouldn't have said Johnny there as the first non-Flash speedster. I should have actually said Max Mercury, but fuck it, what are you gonna do? How much of that did you hear about it?
Literally just that last sentence.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no, I just finished going through the Flashes in order. Well, it's not like I could pick one story or something out to just go, this is the one you should read. I was just like, okay, you want Flash facts? I'll give you Flash facts. And yes, I called them Flash facts. I know what I said, chat. I know what I did.
Flash is the one I know a lot of people like, but I've never... Oh, these guys can just full on... Okay, hold on, because they just stunned you and Iron. I might have to actually...
I can see it, yeah.
Hold on. We'll do that, and then we're just gonna go ahead and... Fuck it. We're just gonna go ahead and...
Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah, we're just gonna wipe them. Because if you and Iron aren't here as a powerhouse, I just have to... I have to use the, I have to use the magic.
Whatever works.
Yep, so I had to just delete them. I had to hit the delete button. It's unfortunate.
People give me funny looks playing Dragon Age, because 1, 2, and 3, my preferred party is always 2 mages, 1 tank, and me as the rogue.
That's an interesting setup. My favorite class has always been the mage.
I like playing as a mage, but I find it gives more flexibility if I play the rogue.
Well, they do just kind of throw mages at you.
Well, not so much in 2, but 1 and 3, yeah. I haven't played the... Anyway.
I have considered doing a Dragon Age playthrough of 1 and 2. And maybe Inquisition.
I was actually thinking about that myself. Although 2 would annoy the hell out of me. They reuse so much. It's so lazy.
But they reuse so much, but then you hold it up next to, like, what's the new one?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I guess, but still.
Veilguard, that's it. And Veilguard is just objectively dog shit. Like, every stream I've seen of it has been...
That game has most likely killed any chance we ever get of actually seeing the Grey Warden again, which that pisses me off way more than it just being a shit game. Like, the one thing all of us have been waiting for since the fucking first game. Like, the one thing everybody wants. All the fans are like, where is he? What's he doing? Where is he? Come on! And because of that, we will most likely never know. And don't give me any shit chat or future chat, okay? Canonically, the Warden is a human male. It's the only way the DLC that lets him survive works. You know it, and I know it. Shut up.
It's funny, because you know I usually play an Elven Mage. Female. I just do.
And
That's how I see. That's because that's how I first played the game. Actually, sometimes I'll play other classes and race. Like, I like the dwarves. I like the...
If you haven't played human, either of the human male versions, you can't get the technically canon ending at this point, which is impregnate Morrigan and curse passes to the kid, so you don't die when the archdemon dies. But I'm pretty sure the only one who can do that is human male. Oh, I guess elf male can. There are half elves in Dragon Age.
So,
I'm pretty sure nobody else.
My first playthrough of Dragon Age ever was a Dalish elf.
I think
It was a
my
male
first one
Dalish.
was 2.
But the first one I actually finished the game was no mage.
I think my very first one was male Dalish mage.
Well,
But
it
I've
wouldn't be a
played
Dalish mage, because mage you automatically have to start in the tower.
Oh, well then I'm just confusing 2 of them, yeah.
Yeah. You might be... No, wait, because 2 you can't start with a different race. I hated that, by the way, with 2. That just kind of shoehorns you into the exact same, like, start no matter what.
It didn't really occur to me at the time, and for quite a while afterwards. It was such a minor problem, considering all of the problems that game had, which are... Legion.
Fast, yes.
And then Inquisition came out and, like, really came out swinging. And Inquisition is a good game. I will defend that game to pretty much everyone. It is not without its flaws, but I really like it. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to grab a drink.
There we go. really does follow that kind of format. It's not like custom made characters or anything. But Dragon Age probably is the last like good RPG of that era. You know?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm hard pressed to think of anything that would stand up against it.
It's like it's after that it's been like rough. It's like the only other ones I can think of that are good that happened between Baldur's Gate 3 and that is like a lot of the Owlcat stuff.
I have absolutely no idea what that is.
The Pathfinder games.
Ah, okay.
And they also did Rogue Trader.
The 40K game?
Yes.
I have that, but I didn't get into it much.
Yeah,
think I have a-
it's kind of complicated. One of my friends is really big into it. I've tried it, and I've meant to go back to it, but it is a lot.
It shocks me that we don't have hundreds and hundreds of good 40K games. It really does. Like, there's every possible genre of game you could ever want in there.
Bro, no, could you could even have like an RPG that's set up as though it's like your typical RPG, and the Imperium comes in.
Yeah, true. I mean, you want a murder mystery? Fine. You got commissars, you got inquisitors. You got options. You want a horror? I mean, God knows there's plenty of options for fucking
I
horror.
was gonna say like that's
You want
that's
straight
just
sci-fi?
work bullshittery in general.
You want straight sci-fi? You can go straight sci-fi. I mean, you want a ground battle with nothing particularly fancy? You can do, like, literally every option is available to you there. It's the same as the way Star Wars used to be, and yet, somehow. And I guess the way Star Trek is, but, they just never get used to their full potential.
Yeah, it's always been weird to me like that with that. My guess is it's because it's always gonna be like the recognizable elements. Like, so with 40K, obviously it's like, well, but where do we put the Space Marine stuff?
Well, let me put it this way, right? I think there's something like 14 Gaunt's Ghost books now, 12 or 14, something like that. And why aren't they matching Call of Duty as like the fighting game of every year? Because they could.
I mean, a 40K fighting game could exist. It is true. I mean,
Oh,
hell,
yeah, no, you could absolutely make it like a COD thing, like the campaign. And as you so rightly say, we're the Space Marines. Great, put in the Chaos Space Marines. Have to beat them as a normal human.
yeah. Well, you literally do the Battlefield thing, the Battlefront thing. You know how Battlefront uses like you have to rack up the points in order to unlock the higher level units.
Sure.
Yeah, like so you have to go spawn in as a guardsman, and then if you perform well, you'll unlock like, oh yeah, the Space Marine unit or the Sister of Battle unit or
Yeah.
the Mechanicus engineer guy.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you can, if you want any kind of game or any kind of story whatsoever, like be it book, comic, movie, show, fucking concept album. I mean, literally anything you want. 40K has it.
Yeah, well, because literally any like system of governance and like kind of type of world you can imagine, it's gonna exist in 40K to some extent.
Yeah. And if you're allowed play in that sandbox, I mean, you can, to a large degree, literally make up your own fucking shit and just respect the rules that they give you for the Bible.
I was gonna say,
Nope.
hell, even any like type of setting is can even easily fit into the Imperium itself. You know?
Most already have at some point, yeah.
Yep.
Like, it's wide open there for the taking, and yet somehow Games Workshop just sit back going, no, we're gonna make female custodes instead now. Like, oh yeah, that'll work. Okay.
Oh, did they do that?
Yeah, that's official.
Like, because I know they'd mentioned it in a lore book, but it's like, why not just make the Sisters of Silence?
How do you go? No, I got a better question for you. How do you go in the space of 4 years from bringing back Primarch after Primarch confirming the Emperor is alive, going on a new Grand Crusade, introducing the Primaris Marines, all of this, and then your next decision is, now, to maximize on all this, we're going to alienate every fan we just brought back in. Oh, that's genius, guys. Well done.
Oh, look, I'm so glad you guys have given us our money. Now you've done that. Well,
Think about how ballsy the... Okay, so the two biggest questions that used to plague the Warhammer fandom forever, like the biggest nerd arguments you ever had in that space, was always, number one, is the Emperor actually alive in any capacity, really? And number two, is he the fifth Chaos God? And they went and answered both.
Yeah,
in like
which
a
you
year and a
shouldn't
half.
do.
Which is, I mean, that's a brave choice. No, you shouldn't. Like, especially not like that. I mean, like the Guilliman thing with the Emperor, fair enough. If you chose to do it, you did do it well. I'll give you that. But still, it's a bold strategy. And then to immediately after that follow it with, oh, we're gonna give in to Tumblr pressure now. It's like, oh,
This is the annoying thing too. It's like
you couldn't have chose a worse time.
we want more female representation, and meanwhile the sororitos are kind of still sitting over there neglected.
Well, I mean, look, if you really, really, really want to do it, have Call unveil a previously unknown female Primarch. Like she was never finished, or she was never awakened, or she'd been in stasis because X reason. Like,
Well, I think what they're gonna do...
There are more elegant ways to do this, you know?
What they're gonna do is they're probably going to say that one of the lost Primarchs was female. That's what I think they're gonna do. It's the easiest way for them to, like, work it in without retconning anything. Well, actually, it probably does retcon
it is essentially the only way they can do. Assuming female Marines work the same way as male, then the gene seed is what determines everything. So it would have to be a female Primarch, right?
Yes.
By the rules of the universe, the way it is very, very clearly stated over and over and over and over and over.
Well, and what they do then is they introduce the two...
It follows then that there has to be a female Primarch already.
Well, and you know, if I'm Games Workshop, if I'm a Workshop lore employee number 728, and I'm told, like, okay, you have to make female Space Marines work, I'm like, okay, well, we have two Lost Primarchs. We make one of them Chaos and one of them Loyalist, and we make them the Lost Primarchs, and we make them female. There we go.
Or you could do it with Alfarius or Omegon.
I don't know about that, because I don't feel like it would be able to be hidden.
I mean, it's like, dude, not even their other brother Primarchs know which one of them they're talking to at any given time. Or if it's one of their Marines impersonating them. Like, this is lore. This is canon already. Like, at that point, yeah, I can easily buy that one of them could be female.
But then, doesn't that mean half of their Marines have to be female?
Well, that's the thing. It's the Alpha Legion. Like, they're the most murky, even above the Lost Ones. We know nothing about the Lost Ones. All we know about the Alpha Legion is everything you know is wrong.
That's true. Well, the Alpha Legion literally is the meme legion. Like,
yeah, no, it is absolutely. But like, their thing is everything you think about us is actually wrong. Are you gonna tell us the truth? Fuck no. Like, are you even good, guys? Haha, bye.
lol, Lamau even. Did I check that door over? I think I did check that door over.
I am not entirely sure.
Alright, well... Because I feel like my big problem right now is I don't know exactly where to go yet. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Silence on me. I'm gonna cast Fire. Jeez, yeah, they just hit me with two big attacks. I
Did
guess I'll
you?
just. I guess I have to check. Yes, I have.
Oh, you saw that?
Huh?
Did you hear any of the Ray Park stuff today?
I'm actually only just now here. Didn't he do revenge porn or something like that?
Yeah, apparently he's been losing his shit altogether on his Instagram all day, and posted some clips of his. I'm not sure if it's wife or ex-wife or what the story is there, but apparently it's been going on all day, and it hasn't stopped. I just got reminded of it in one of the servers.
Yeah, I'm listening to the Oreo talk about it now. Because I always have something going on the side.
You should start listening to him. Is he any good?
Oh yeah, I tend to think
I
that
liked his EFAP appearances. Like I will say that.
yeah. Well, he covers like a lot of YouTube drama stuff.
I suppose that's one way for me to catch up on what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, so like these days he covers a lot of like the iDub stuff or stuff like that. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, he is kind of your guy. He's not really a media guy, but he's doing it as like an intro segment. But I haven't looked hard into it, but it does sound just tragic. Like because Ray Park, everything I've ever heard about the guy has been like positive. He's like a good stunt guy. He's like he's very
He's a good
talented.
actor. Well, his biggest problem as an actor is he can't get past the accent. No voice coach has been able to get it out of him.
Yeah.
That's honestly why you haven't seen him in more stuff. Well, it used to be anyway. Now I guess we're seeing other things.
I was gonna say it seems like, if I had to guess, though, this is kind of the unfortunate thing, though. Like, right? It's like, look, the guy's doing something obviously like reprehensible, but it's also kind of
Well,
like.
JL's just told me apparently he's done this before. He goes super paranoid and leaks his own wife's nudes. I was like, okay, I don't know what to say to that.
Sounds to me like he probably has some kind of mental issue.
Could be. Pity. Always liked him.
No, but I always like his work, but I'm probably not going to like be in the guy's corner, you know. That's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, I'm not defending him. I'm just saying, I like him.
Yeah, no, I don't think you are. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying it's just kind of fucked.
Yep, it's a crazy, crazy world, man.
Yeah,
People don't realize he was an X-Men, you know that?
who did he play in X-Men?
Wait, really? Did you not know?
I don't remember. If I did know, I don't remember it.
He was Toad.
Oh! Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Was the perfect reaction, actually. I can't believe people don't know he was an X-Men. He was an X-Men?
You know who else I always thought was kind of an underrated, like, stunt guy, like, kind of stunt actor guy? Is,
Who?
name? The Young Buck guy, Tony Jaa.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good, alright.
Yeah, but I remember, when I was a kid, my brother showed me 2 and 3, and, from what I understand, and they're just entirely separate from Mongbok 1, like, they might as well just name them something else.
I knew there was a second one because I've seen clips of it or parts of it. I didn't know there was a third one.
Oh, yeah, so 2 and 3 basically take place in, like, a medieval setting, and it's entirely separate from, or, an Asian medieval setting. And it's entirely separate from the first movie.
I see. Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, like, literally, they could have called it anything else.
Explain to me this, Rangi. Something has been bugging me lately because I don't know the answer and I keep seeing the term. Chad is probably going to take a piss out of me for this one when they eventually hear it, but what is this manhwa and manhua?
Oh,
What is it?
one of them is Korean comics. One of them is Chinese comics.
Oh. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Which one is which?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Alright.
I think
That was the surprisingly
manhwa was
prosaic
the
answer.
Korean one. I think, but I'm like
So
I said, I'm not
with,
sure.
with the W?
Yeah, with the W.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
so.
I guess that would make sense, I think, linguistically. Like
Yeah.
Chinese is more likely to be you.
Yeah, that's kind of the logic I'm going by, because I don't remember which one is which off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Even though I
Well,
have read both.
I am no expert in Asian languages, but like from the little I do know, I think I would follow the same logic, yeah. Chat, feel free to correct us on this. Are we doing a racist?
I don't care. Okay.
Neither do I. It doesn't make
Is
sense.
there anywhere else I'm supposed to go? I feel like I'm lost on where I'm supposed to go. Because
You are asking the worst person. You realize this.
I know that. Okay, so I'm guessing wherever I'm supposed to go, it's probably gonna be on that floor with the treasure room in it.
By the way, chat, just as a little reminder, the day draws ever nearer of the drunk drinking game stream.
True, I believe the only person I don't think we've gotten confirmation on is JL, but
I don't think he's gonna miss it, man. I think he's gonna be down.
yeah. I have to
We probably
verify
should
the
see if we
date.
can. We probably should see if we can get a control now that Ark dropped out, but. I may die.
Well, then we die together.
That's the spirit, brother.
This is our Minas Tirith. This is our Helm's Deep.
It might be more us assaulting the Black Gate, honestly.
True. Depends how liquored up we get.
Do we have any reasonable expectation of surviving this? Not really. Are we doing anything? I guess so.
Oh, my Red Rising books came today.
Nice. You got the first three, right?
Yeah, it's the first three and then an excerpt of Iron Gold.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the way. That's the way Iron's reading it as well.
Yeah, so because I've been told I'm participating in trivia night on Friday night. I'm gonna just take the first book with me. Going. By the way, make no mistake, I didn't volunteer. I was told that I was participating.
This is Lodge, I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Alright. Well, have fun. I always like trivia and quiz nights. I have a brain full of just ordinarily useless trivia.
Oh yeah, I missed last month because they do it monthly, right? And I usually enjoy myself, but I've had the personal circumstances going on. And it just wouldn't be the same without everyone who normally goes.
No, I know what you mean. One of the reasons I haven't gone back down to the pub quiz now that I'm back local. I know none of the same heads will be down there. Just, it won't be as much fun.
Okay. I realized I
Although-
can just look at the map instead of walking over there, walking down there. I think that I have to go down that ladder, that staircase over there.
I've just realized why I keep looking at the wrong screen. There we go.
All right, hopefully now I'll be able to find the right. Wait, I just picked up some. That looked like a. Oh, it's just a staff. Okay. Can Art use that? Is that gonna be a good? No. Okay, I guess I'll just have to sell it and.
You say that like money is a bad thing.
Also, Iron just popped up 504 damage.
He's been working out.
Yeah, it's been... He felt kind of threatened by you with the fire sword doing so much damage.
Understandable. I did gain, what? Something like 80 to 120 damage, I think.
Yeah. As far as gaming goes, too, that's the interesting thing, right? These early games are really easy to like talk through because the story wasn't as important, you know. Well, they literally couldn't afford for the story to be as important.
I can only take your word for it, but I do take your word for it.
Yeah, well, yeah, because, like, obviously they had to fit a lot on the disc. Or, not even the disc, I think it was cartridge. So... So it's just generic, like, well, I say generic, but I don't know. Was it generic at this point? The idea of, like, okay, you have to go and... save the kingdom, you have to go to the 4 crystals and whatever. Go reignite the 4 crystals. Do the 4 warriors of light. It's like, it is very generic, like...
I guess it's kind of generic as a story. I wouldn't say it was generic as a game plot at that point.
Okay, hold on, so... I'm thinking I probably got the objective already. Because, there's basically nothing here. There's no additional pathway. I thought this would lead me to a crystal, but it hasn't, and the only other places I've seen have been places I've kind of explored already. I'm just gonna assume the Levy Stone was what to pick up.
I can't think of any reason that I would argue with that. Need to find some way to lower the gain on this microphone.
Be like that. I do kind of like these streams because it's really nice, like, kind of just hang out with the boys.
Yeah, no, I like it too.
Or just yap about whatever I've been doing or whatever. But
Well,
also have something actually going on too that I can also commentate on.
Stuff in the other server can tend to get a bit hectic.
Oh yeah,
that argument earlier was fantastic. I really wish I'd actually had popcorn for that one.
oh, you mean the one between Rays and Iron?
Yep.
Yeah, the Dark
They
Knight
tried
one.
to drag me into it, like, Dake agreed with me on this. I was like, no, I didn't. We had a similar but unrelated conversation about the same movie. Don't try to drag me into this
Well,
shit.
I was kind of veering back and forth because I was thinking on it from both favor perspective, which is kind of what I tend to do. And I am still kind of like, I think the idea of the boat scene, I think that it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I understand what they were trying to do in terms of what Joker's motivation and what his hopeful reward was out of it. But the guys today somehow devolved into just, what was it, like 2-3 hours of just the morality and ethics of it.
Yep.
Just like, I'm sorry, guys, it's a different argument to what we had yesterday. I'm not getting into this. I don't want.
My favorite part of it was clownish behavior from Joker, and I was like, yeah, Joker's never acted like a clown
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, of all people, how dare he? Really letting down the team there, Joker.
How could it go this off script? No.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I was reading actually Green Lantern stuff slightly ahead of where you are, just for the lulz earlier on. And one of them was a couple of issues of Infinite Crisis. And I don't know if you've read Infinite Crisis.
I'm pretty sure I haven't.
In that case, I won't go into specifics, but there's a scene where a character who, let's say, should have known better, gets his final comeuppance at the hands of Joker. He gets acid sprayed in the eye and then shot in the face, while someone else points out that you made two mistakes, thinking you were smarter than me, and not inviting the Joker. And it's just excellent scene of yes. I love good Joker. It's just like, you get some great Joker stuff in Salvation Run, the comics. It's really, really excellent. Joker just completely at war with Lex.
Yeah, I have found that I tend to do comics better when I have the physical thing. It probably is pretty healthier too to not be staring at a screen for like a few hours a day.
Yeah, it couldn't do you any harm.
Or not even a few hours, just maybe like 20 or 30 minutes a day at least.
I can't wait till I get all these books unpacked and finally up on the walls. I can just pull something off and read it rather than, well, Kindle or laptop. And it'd be nice to have some more space as well, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
You've seen a couple of photos of my apartment. It's basically impossible to get an angle here where you're not seeing like a box somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm grateful I don't live in an apartment. I live in a house.
Yeah, I miss having a bath. Like, more than I ever thought I would. I figured out why I keep looking at the wrong screen, by the way, and I have fixed it. It's because every time we do this, I have the bigger screen to my right, and I pop out the Discord stream and watch it full screen that way. So my brain is just used to glancing to the right to watch what's going on. So I've swapped your stream over to the left underneath Discord, and now I'm only seeing what you're actually doing on the big screen.
Okay, so over there is where we came.
Red
Yeah,
piranha,
no,
white.
I've been Arc getting into comics is also kind of neat. What?
Yeah, that was unexpected.
What do you think of what I gave him? Because this is only what I was told. I remember, I like the supernatural type of stuff, and Zatanna was a character that was pitched to me, and I was always interested in her anyway because I find the idea of her cool. And then Paul Dini. What are your thoughts on Paul Dini?
Paul Dini's a very good writer. Most of what we love from the cartoons we loved as kids, or stuff you guys might have loved as reruns as kids, like that's nearly all Dini wrote. Most of that. Like.
Okay, yeah, then because that's who I was recommended for Zatanna. And that's who I recommended to Arc because that's what I heard.
I don't know if I've read much of Zatanna's solo stuff. I think it's nearly always been team books, one way or another. So I
Yeah.
don't know much about her solo arcs, to be honest. But I would be inclined to say if it's Paul Dini, then it's probably going to be pretty good. He's pretty reliable.
Yeah, because I have it on my my Google Books account. I've had it for a while now because that's when I was first asking about comics. But I found that when it comes to comics, at least, I fully just engage with it better. I have the physical book.
This is a perfect time and a perfect opportunity for you to talk about Green Lantern. You just finished Rebirth.
Did I finish Rebirth? I think Hal still has to beat up Sinestro.
Oh, that's true. Actually, yeah, you haven't quite finished. So if Hal's back, you're at the end of issue 6.
I literally ended at the new issue page.
So what are your thoughts? Who are you liking? Who are you not liking?
I'm really liking a lot of build up towards how I like Guy a lot so far.
I love Guy.
Honestly, I still really like Jon Stewart. He is kind of Kyle has also been interesting and kind of surprising because Kyle's the one I know the least about.
I've always found John, he's not bad by any degree. It's just the way he's written, he's always so bloody boring.
He kind of comes across as like the stiff of Blue Lantern.
Yeah, and like I get what they're trying to do with that, the kind of the military discipline and the reserve, but it doesn't work that way. It just makes him this staid, generally one-note character. It's like in this arc he will be focusing on how much he wants to go back to being an architect. In this arc he will be focusing on his tragic guilt again and again and again because we haven't drained that well dry. In this arc, he will be reminiscing about being a Marine and how much he doesn't want to use weapons, and then it'll focus all the art on him using big green representations of weapons. Just give me a break. They never do anything interesting with John. Like, they almost never have. It's just, he's not a bad character, he's just basically given nothing to work with. Although, he's the second alternate Green Lantern on Earth, so he is literally a surplus character.
That is basically how they described it in the comic too.
Well, he is. I mean, when Hal wasn't there, Guy was the next human called up. And when Guy wasn't available, John was the next human called up. So, like, he is literally third in line. Kyle is outside that because he became a Green Lantern when there literally were no other Green Lanterns after Hal's Parallax Rampage. Like Kyle was, for a long time, first new and only Green Lantern.
So I don't know where exactly to go. I guess I'm supposed to go to the town again? Because there's no town on this continent.
Well, you've achieved the objective here, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Levy Stone was the objective. And in fact, I looked up the guide just to check, and the guide does say go back to Crescent Lake. That's the extent
Yeah, I know it's an old
going
game,
with.
but surely there's something that says, like, this is main quest somewhere.
No, this is before Quest Logs was like an idea that was like circulated as much. That's kind of. I think they kind of wanted it that way because I think they want you to like wander around aimlessly for a while because it pads game time, right?
Oh no, I get it. I get it.
But I'm also kind of like, well, I'm on a stream, so I feel confident at least like if I'm lost, I don't mind, and I feel like so like with this point, I'm like, okay, well I definitely got the thing I was supposed to go to, and then I'm like, okay, well where the fuck am I supposed to go next? And it does say I have to go back to Crescent Lake on the guide, and I would have never gotten that organically outside of like maybe a couple hours later, you know?
You've just openly talked on stream about using a guide, even for a good reason. You've just alienated half of your future audience forever. You realize that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've already talked about using the guide before because I feel like it's worse to check it and then not say something. Because I don't generally
Yeah,
check guides.
I see. I see.
Yeah, because I don't usually look at guides, but this kind of era of gaming, it was like very much, they were kind of obscure, and it makes sense because when you don't have as much you don't have as much like content because you don't have as much memory space, and so the vagueness kind of adds hours to it, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
It adds to the time. All right. And I knew that I knew what I had just done, but I didn't, like, I mean, I just as easily could have, like, phoned up Rays. But I feel like that's also cheating. My rule
Let's.
is I'm not going to touch a guide unless I'm completely lost on where to go. And then I'm going to be honest about it.
I have a similar rule when it comes to using cheats in a game. Even if I know them, I won't use them until and unless I have beaten the game without them. Afterwards, if I go back to it, I don't mind fucking around.
Okay, so.
And I must admit, in Rome in particular, it is immense fun to fuck around with the cheats. Just pick a random faction on a map, be like, you, I'm going to make God among men. And just use the cheats to upgrade everything they're doing kind of every 10 turns or so, and just keep gifting them silly amounts of money. Great crack.
But yeah, it really is kind of a case of... it's not like I'm, like, going and looking up, oh, how do I beat this boss? How do I solve this puzzle? It's like, okay, wait, where the fuck do I go? I think that's different.
I think that's... Oh, excuse me. I think that's pretty excusable, yeah.
Yeah, and I think as long as I'm honest about it.
I can't find this list that you sent to Ark. It's not in the thread. Where should I be looking?
What list that I sent to Ark? No, I didn't send him a list. I just told him the specific writer, Paul Dini.
Oh, okay.
I told him, like, look up the Paul Dini run for Zatanna, because that's what I heard was good. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we just walk into this desert and yeah, I would not have gotten that on my own.
I was hoping for a sandworm.
Why did that happen? Where did that come from? Hardly intuitive.
Wait, they fly now?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, it's not even they fly now. It's we fly now.
Look, from my perspective, it's they. The joke still works.
Bro.
Oh dear. I know he's not in it, but as JL just pointed out, but apparently the Darth Maul trailer leak comes out tomorrow.
Oh no. So he just chose the worst. He chose the worst time possible to have like a major crash out then.
It seems that way, yeah. The only way it could be worse is if he was literally reprising the role.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is full of forested air.
What do you want, Giz?
Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Where am I permitted to land?
I was wondering that myself, actually. Is there like a descend button?
Not as far as I know. Yep, there we go. Yeah, it's the same button. It's enter. So my guess is they don't want me to like. They don't want me to land just anywhere. But it's like you gave me an airship, mate. But you're only allowing me to land over there for some reason. And there's a castle over here, but I don't know if that's a dungeon or not. I can't land there.
Can you land on the trees, maybe?
No, you specifically cannot. See, the circle is red. Circle under the airship.
Right.
Kind of tinted red a little. I saw one spot that I could land, so. And that was all the way down here. But I don't know if... Because if that's the case, then I think I can make my way over here. And make my way over here, but like... There's no, like, town over there.
Oh. Well, maybe that's the... Maybe that's supposed to be the airship's mechanic. Maybe it's meant to be a scouting thing more than a traveling thing.
Well, no, it's definitely meant to be, like, I can land here. And I can't land on the boats anywhere, or on these coasts. So
hang on, maybe it's terrain then. Maybe it's only that light green patch that, like,
yes,
anywhere you see
yes,
that.
I think that's... Yeah, it seems to be, because I can land here, too. I can land over here, too.
Okay. So anywhere, like, clear and that one of those two shades.
Yeah. So the dark green patches, I can land here.
Is here useful?
I don't know, that's what I'm trying to scout around to figure out. Because right now I'm just looking around on the map to see, or looking around to see if there's anything around that area. There's a town over here.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Okay, so there's a town over here. Let's see if I can find, Yep. Okay, I can land here. Oh. I might as well... save... I'll save twice, just because... I don't know, it feels appropriate to do so. Let's hope that I don't get, like, completely rolled by enemies over here. Oh, no, this is the Remoraz. This is what we were fighting earlier, so...
Sorry, I've got a suddenly very affectionate cat annoying me at the moment.
Hannibal. We made it to a town. They have an item shop. They have people. Look at my legs, aren't they wonderful? I love having legs. Look. What?
Me too, sweetheart, me too.
Yeah, it's one of those times where you're like, oh, she's not all there, is she? You see that movie. I'm like, yes, you clearly do have legs, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, good for her, yeah. Legs are great.
I mean, I guess I'd rather have them than not have them.
Yeah, that seems reasonable to me.
No death. That's worth having. Ilaga. Also worth having. The good news about me being lost for so long is I do have a lot of money. Saber. Raises cast. There's attack and accuracy. Blind. I don't know if blind is even.
It would
be. Oh, wait! I
because-
can't even learn Saber. Oh, it's probably a red mage spell. Are those legs really yours? Wait, what do you mean? What is with people in this town and legs?
I do not know.
Okay, wait,
feel like that's a hit.
my father's with the caravan. Right now they're over in the desert to the west. They usually pitch camp by the forest near the north of the desert. Hope he comes home soon. Okay, well, at least that was a comment not about legs. There's a...
I feel like that's a hint.
Okay. You have the look of a warrior about you. I'm a warrior myself, on a pilgrimage to the Citadel of Trials to earn recognition from Dragon King. Must return with a token, proving my strength and courage. Okay.
Is the dragon king named Trogdor?
Didn't give me... I don't think he gave me a name. No, it
No,
doesn't give me a name.
it's a joke, Rangi. It's okay.
The shrine is said to be filled with riches. Silver, gold,
What?
diamonds, even tablets describing lost languages and civilizations. People live. Long ago, an ancient race known as the Sky People used a language called Fenian. My brother Yune would always tell me how he'd figure out how to speak it if he had the that a stone, in which I assume that is like a thing for like another item we'll pick up.
It seems likely.
So far, this town is interesting in that I haven't seen an equipment shop yet. What to save the mermaids living on the sea? So I made this submarine out of a barrel. Oh, okay. Good on you. When I went underwater, I started running out of air. I couldn't breathe. No, useless, even worse, dangerous. You'd better keep away. Oh, well, why do you still have it then?
Well, that's obviously your next mode of transportation.
It definitely is. Yeah, no, there's no item shop. This is the first time we've had not an item shop. Oh, wait, though. I assume what the idea is, because we're supposed... Well, we have an item shop. We don't have a equipment shops.
So then, your woman's dad, the caravan guy, might be...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too. Let's load up on... Oh, wait, no, I can just load up fully. Okay, on Phoenix Stones. And I might as well load up on Hide Potion, too. I just have the money for it, so I might as well.
No, screw it, why not?
Alright, we will stop in at the inn. And from there, I think yeah, you're right, we go to the caravan.
Seems to be the next logical step.
Either that, or hear more about how people want to know about my legs. Because people in this town certainly are interested in my legs. I'm kind of flattered. You ever hear of something called Oxial?
Oh, there we go.
Oxiale.
Yep, that's going to be how you breathe in the sub.
Underhill fella. Okay, so I think the Underhill fella is the guy in the desert.
That has to be a reference.
How am I supposed to keep food on me plate and hick my belly? Have you tried eating it? Alright. I'm gonna talk to the creepy fucker in the graveyard for next. They say this used to be a beautiful village until about 2 years ago. Oh, what happened 200 years ago?
Unhealthy deception with legs developed.
Oh, that makes sense.
No, Giz, stop it. Come on.
I think that unhealthy obsession with legs developed, followed by no gifts, is really funny.
She does have an obsession with my legs, to be fair. Yes, you're very sweet, but this is not the time. Come on, go lie down. Bedtime. No, bedtime. Go on. Go.
Yeah. I do think that the game it feels like I like the oh, okay, I got over here. Now they're telling me this. So oh, hold on. I have a problem with this area specifically. You know why? There's
Yeah.
literally no indicator outside of the map. And that I knew I was looking for something in the desert. I literally didn't even realize I'd stumbled upon the right place. Hold on.
I've got to show you the original Dune game. You would love it.
I know Burger is big into those types of games.
Is he? I have to remember that and talk to him about it.
Yeah, he really likes like the boomer shooter type games.
Oh no, not Doom. Dune.
Oh, okay. No, I heard Doom.
Hang on. Actually, I'll
Uh,
send you a link.
Bottle
It's
containing a fairy. What is jam doing in a bottle?
an excellent question.
I guess I'll buy
send,
the bottle with the fairy in it.
I'll send you a link for the game. It plays in browser. It's completely fine. You can save. Everything works the way it should.
Can I let the fairy out of the bottle? I kind of feel
don't know.
bad keeping them in there.
Do they grant you wishes or?
Well, I mean, if they don't, why bother keeping them in a bottle? It feels kind of mean.
There you go. It's in your VC.
All right. That. Okay, interesting.
I will say, if you succumb to temptation and walk out into the desert, be very, very careful about doing so. It is an unforgiving game.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of old games were because they had to like. That was kind of how you had to get runtime, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of different paths you can take. There's a lot of different options, especially for the day, actually. But I think you'd enjoy it from everything you've said and everything I've seen you play and talk about so far. I think you get a kick out of it.
Yeah, no. Sometimes I feel like with old games, it's one of those things where it's like it's either really good or really bad, you know.
Well, I fell in love with it as a kid, but I have to say, as an adult, I mean, it's older and it's a bit clunky, I guess, but I still have nothing to fault it for. I think the soundtrack is great. It's a bit limited, but it's very good music.
Okay, so I'm pretty confident it's something I'm supposed to go to. Somewhere around here. I hope it's here and not the other island. There's a waterfall over there. I think I just have to explore the continent right now.
Seems like.
I'm gonna step away again for just a minute. I just have to double check on the dogs, make sure they're fed and everything.
No worries.
And probably gonna use the bathroom and refill my drink while
No worries,
I'm...
man. Do it.
You know what? You know what one might be interesting? How about you talk about Highlander? 'Cause we both have a lot to say on that subject.
I can talk about Highlander. Yeah, I can do that.
And who knows, maybe some of the audience will go and check out the movies and shows.
Anything is possible.
Real. Like, I'd never heard of Highlander until I stumbled upon it. The first movie. I just want to see what's down here first. Know if I'm turning... Yeah, I think I'm gonna be turning back after this, but I'm just gonna auto do the battle.
You run through that fight real quick, and I'm
Now
just going to
he'll
grab it.
step away.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back before you step away. But yeah, 2 seconds. Wow. All right, chat. Let's see now. Oh, what was I supposed to talk about that time? Oh yeah, Highlander. Okay. Talk about Highlander. So I imagine the plot... No, okay. Actually, maybe you don't know. So the movie is pretty straightforward. Opens with a young Highlander from Scotland. Don't confuse Highlander with Immortal, although many do. But a young, soon-to-be immortal Highlander from Scotland named Conor MacLeod gets into his first clan battle, and he dies. To this mysterious, big, evil bad guy, who is not part of the rival tribe, but is there explicitly for MacLeod. So a few hours later, as they're preparing him for burial and whatnot, he wakes up. Much to the dismay and chagrin of his, what was this? 1600s? 1600s Scotland's very Christian man. They did not take it well. So he gets exiled. And then has many, many, many exciting adventures over the next many, many centuries. So, the premise is very simple. Some people, upon what we have to call death, I suppose, death or mortal wounding, some of them, for reasons unbeknownst to anyone, will heal. And after that, they are then immortals. So the only way to kill them at that point is to take their head. Now, a human can do that, but when an immortal does it, they gain their memories and power. It kind of has a power leveling system. The show goes more into this. But even from the movies, it suggests that basically, when you kill them, you take somehow their power, and this makes you stronger. The show goes into it more and lessens it in a way by making it literally a kill count, which I thought was kind of lame, but So anyway, Connor in the modern day for the movie, ends up having to fight a mysterious, bad guy again, and is revealed to be the Kurgan, played by Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown is obviously great and everything. It also has Sean Connery playing I want to get this right. He's playing a millennia or so old Egyptian who is in service to a king of Spain who has a Spanish name but speaks with a Scottish accent because Sean Connery. Now, roll that one around your noggin a couple of times. Loved character. Very, very confusing. So, that's the basic premise. Now, the show... We're not going to talk about the plots of the second and third movies because, frankly, for this discussion, it's not really necessary. And Ranki's going to be more interested in talking about how the show and movies interact. So that's what we're going to do. The show is a spin-off, which does not follow Connor, but in fact follows his cousin, Duncan, who is a clan cousin. So he's not necessarily directly... Well, I suppose he's MacLeod, so he is directly blood related. Well, no, clan... It's iffy. Anyway, cousin named Duncan MacLeod, who basically has the same plotline. Tribal battle, gets grievously wounded, comes back to life, gets hounded out because he's assumed to be in league with Satan. Literally the exact same origin as Connor. So, they are canon to each other because the first episode of the show does have Connor in it, interacting with Duncan. However, okay, here's where we have to go into mechanics a little bit. I know I'm a little disjointed. I apologize for that, chat. So the Immortals are all fighting for something called the Quickening, sometimes called the Prize, and it is what they presume to be at the end of the contest. The whole point is there can be only one. This is their battle cry. This is their mantra. This is their creed. Not to say that they can't become friends with one another and form alliances and do. But at the end, they all recognize only one of them can be the last man standing, can win the prize, and can get...
Sorry about that. Sorry about the long wait.
It's fine, it's fine.
There we
So,
go.
at the end of the first movie, spoilers for like a 40-something-year-old movie here, at the end of the first movie, Connor wins. He wins the contest, he gains the prize, and gains the Quickening. We'll skip, as I said a minute ago, we'll skip 2 and 3, but the show opens... and Connor and Duncan are, basically in the same place very quickly, and they're interacting very quickly. And they have history, of course, throughout centuries of friendship. But the movie means that this cannot be the case. Because if this was the case, then Duncan would have to be already dead, or he would have to be an immortal born after Connor won. Rangi, thoughts? I know I came back around to the thing we were talking about last time, but you wanted me to give them something about Highlander.
You said they had to be an immortal born after what?
Well, not necessarily born mortally, but they have to have come into their immortal life after Connor won in the first movie. Even though him winning should render that impossible.
I was gonna say no. I actually think it just has to be that the first movie isn't anymore.
Yeah, but that's even more confusing. In a meta way, it's more confusing because somebody must have realized on the writing staff, somebody must have gone, wait, hang on, the entire point is, wait a minute though. They can't have knowingly rendered the first movie non-canon and then appealed to it repeatedly. I know that was a minor spoiler for you. I realize Connor does come back, but it's not just a one and done. He comes back a couple times.
Yep. And either way, I have to figure out where the fuck am I supposed to go? Because this is the problem.
Yeah, there you go. Bare bones Highlander.
It has to be one of the things we've stumbled upon. So we obviously stumbled upon the hint that we need to go and get the Pharaoh bottle. I don't know what that's supposed to be for. I assume it's gonna be for an obstacle or something like that, in the same way the stone ruby was.
I have a theory. So we don't know what the fairy bottle does, but it's a bottle. Fairy means it's going to be some sort of magic bottle. So my working theory right now is the oxy ale thing is what you need to use the submarine, but you're only going to be able to carry a limited amount, so you're going to need a magic bottle, etc.
Yeah, and then I think the dragon mentioned something about tower, which I assume is also going to be an thing.
I thought he said something about tokens, but...
Maybe I should go over and ask. I think I'll explore the river a bit more, and then I'll go back and ask him. Because this is a problem. I don't know. So I know I get the 7th level spells from here, but I don't know if like the objective is necessarily here. Because we've had at least one town where we had one level spell and another level spell. Whoa. Oh, found something. I found something.
Yep, you sure did.
Let me save outside of this before I delve deeper. I find it so annoying you can only save on the main.
It's not that bad. I can think of a great many games from several generations that were much less forgiving than that.
Oh yeah, no. Old games, like even saving the ability to save a game was like rare in itself. So it's kind of like,
It was. I remember those days. You guys take it for granted, and you really, really shouldn't.
well, it's funny, right? Because I remember the era where it was like you had the option to save, but auto saving didn't exist, and so you would just play through a game for like 4 or 5 hours, get to save, and then suddenly your DS or your Game Boy would die, and you'd be like, that was just the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I had similar experiences. Good times. Sure, even the PS1 saving wasn't a guarantee.
Yeah, PlayStation 1 is never one that do it. Well, the PlayStation 1, it would be different. It would be like you get far enough. Or even PlayStation 2, actually. A lot of games in the PlayStation 2 era didn't have auto-saving either.
True, we were talking about Third Age. Good example.
Yeah, well, a lot of just JRPGs don't tend to. Well, Kingdom Hearts doesn't. Good example. I remember that. I remember there was one time where in Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 2, I got through like 2 or 3 worlds in like a 12-hour binge session, and then the power went out. And lost it all. What was that, Dake?
I was saying, why didn't you talk to the bat?
Oh, good question. I'm not used to... The bats have been like... Okay, yeah. No, because the bat has nothing to say. It's just iron.
Iron has things to say. They're just sometimes incomprehensible.
True. Actually, I can't say it's iron, because iron is in the game already. It's art.
Fair.
No, art has things to say. Well, who do we know that stuff is incomprehensible? Headcap?
Rays at times?
Rays has things to say that are comprehensible. It's just that he's wrong.
That is fair. Unity?
Unity? I didn't want to say Unity, but yeah, sometimes Unity is kind of just completely off kilter, yeah.
It has been known to happen.
And look, I like our boy.
Oh, me too.
I wouldn't have been on his show as many times as I have if I didn't like him.
He is one of the only two of us that we all have to sometimes mute because it's just like, oh god, please shut up.
Well, the problem is just like when he's in watch parties. Like, as much as like all of us are like, you know, you and I, how many times have we been in watch parties that we've extended by like 2 or 3 hours just because we've been yapping?
Oh, many.
but
But
with
it's like
him,
usually between like 2 to 4 or 5 people, whereas with Unity, it's just like I'm gonna scream how much I hate about this for the next 4 hours, and you're all listening.
yep. Which like, look. I get wanting to express yourself, but sometimes it is kind of like, eh, look, I
Like I
get,
get passion, but like Yoon just needs to learn to read the room. That's all.
yeah. And he's not the only one of our friends, still. In fact, even I so oftentimes fail to read the room. So I understand.
I've been guilty of it myself.
Don't misinterpret any of this chat. We love the guys.
No,
just
no,
take the piss out of
we love the guys. Like, look, if I did like somebody, I would just stop working with them, and I would just stop talking to them. And sometimes it's just like other people will just stop talking to me, or it's just we don't have anything in common, and it just doesn't work out. But it is kind of like with Unity, it is kind of like he has some funny habits, just like I do, just like Dake does.
What are my funny habits?
Mostly you get flushed and high, and then you yap about things, and then you forget them the next day.
That has been known to happen.
I do the same thing though, so I can't judge them. That's probably why we're such good friends.
Yeah, it probably doesn't hurt.
Well, I don't get high, but I do all the other stuff.
I recommend nothing to anyone. That's not my style.
I mean, like, I tried weed and I just didn't like it. Makes me hyper paranoid.
Yeah, people have said it to me over the years. I don't know, man. I guess all I can say is I'm glad it doesn't do that to me.
Yeah. So the one time I tried it, I it's posted for like an hour and a half, and then like I think I accused somebody of something.
Oh dear.
The other time, well, actually no, there was 2 times I tried it. The other time it actually did end a friendship, so. And that
I remember
wasn't. Oh, that I basically. It was a mix of I was drunk and high, and so I said a lot of things out. Basically, it was a case of there's a lot of things I thought about this person I never said because I still liked them for the most part, but.
Yeah, no, I get it. I've seen and been in that situation, so yeah, I understand.
Yeah, you know, there's that oftentimes with your friends, there's just stuff you don't say because you're like, well, look, I love I love them platonically, despite this or that, and then it's like, yeah, you have that one drink too many or that one blunt, and you're like, look,
You know your worst habit?
yes.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I think I told this story on stream with Iron, so I can tell it.
It's up to you.
So it was an old D&D pal. And there was a time he did a D&D game. It was like really weird and really awkward and really not good, well done. I held my tongue. But it was one of my current group. It was his first D&D game, and this was like basically he got annoyed by like some very mild like it posted. The other person was doing like kind of a really edgy character anyway, so they were just doing a thing in character with what their character was supposed to be, and he just like nukes the person. And he does a lot of like really questionable decisions and a lot of like weird. It was one of those things where, you know, the meme about writers, the writer's poorly disguised fetish, that also came into it. that also came into this game.
Yes, unfortunately, I am all too well aware of that one.
Yeah, that also came into this game where he, it was a case of I was like, you're really protective of this group in this game, and it's like, oh, you're really highlighting this group, and I don't even, well, I remember what it was, but I don't want to say it, actually.
I'll give a good example on stream, and I don't mind saying it because fuck this guy, he's an absolute hack. Chat, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the fantasy author named Terry Goodkind. One word, Goodkind.
Goodkind.
But he is...
Is that his real name?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I've never looked into it. But he has some, like, very, very much his own fetishes are all over the pages. And, like, not really even tried to hide it. To the point where you're like, are you even aware that this is what you've done?
Well, and oftentimes the answer is no. I believe the answer is no, oftentimes.
But he's worse than even that. So his method of upping the tension, it's like the laziest power scaling you've ever seen. So in order to get through book 1, they beat the bad guy, and you get like what's becoming a more and more common speech of, oh, you don't know what I was doing, oh, I was holding back, blah blah blah. And of course, obviously it turns out to be true. So, in order to defeat the bad guy of 2, they release the bad guy of 3. In order to defeat the bad guy of 3, they create the villain of, or the threat of 4. And this goes on and on and on further, every single fucking time. The only exception being when literally they're being so desperately in love despite being separated by a continent and slavery managed to spark an uprising and like provide them new magical powers. I am not joking or exaggerating.
As one does. Yeah, I think the Fundaka animation is...
I only know them because 2 different redheads I was seeing at the same time were both talking to me about them, and I was like, fine, I'll read the fucking books. And yeah, they're bad. They're very, very bad. They also made a terrible TV show on about those. I think it might have been the first like modern fantasy adaptation. Actually, I think it was even before Alrighjt. It was called. It was made in Australia or New Zealand, I think, and it was called, if I believe correctly, This Sort of Truth. Bruce Spence was in it.
Sort of Truth. That sounds like a parody, sort of like.
You know who Bruce Spence is, right? Know you?
Spence. No, I don't think I.
I'm willing to bet that there are at least 3 things you've seen him in, even if you don't know his name. Let's go for the most obscure first. Have you ever seen the Old Man Max movies?
Old Man Max movie? Yes, I saw the first one.
Oh, he's not in the first one. He's in 2. Okay.
I think I've seen 2. I think I've seen 2 as well.
Do you remember the gyrocopter? The crazy lanky guy who flew it?
No, I don't remember that specifically. It's been a while.
That's okay. Well, that was Bruce Spence anyway. That was 1. Fuck, I said 3. I can only think of 2 of them now. It's annoying. And the second one, I know you've seen this, is he was the Mouth of Sauron.
Oh! Okay, that's a pedigree.
I'm 90% sure he did the physical, like the mocap for that. I don't think he voiced it. I could be wrong. Damn, what was the third one? That's gonna annoy me now.
I'm gonna text. Oh, okay. So I'm having Chinese for dinner, I guess.
There are worse fates.
Oh yeah, no, we've got a lot of good Chinese places around here. As we would, because, well, you know where I live.
I do. I wasn't going to say.
No, I know. No. I can say you know where I live, that and like just hint at it without like, well, not even hint at it, just like, well, you know it, and I don't. The chat doesn't need to know. Obviously,
just
I
like
live on the moon, chat.
he lives in a place with a lot of good Chinese restaurants, chat. That's all he said.
Oh.
Alright, it's actually my turn to excuse myself for a minute, Rangi. I'll be back in maybe 2 minutes.
Fair enough. I am gonna be playing through the game, so I'm wondering if the warp cube is what we're supposed to get from this cave, the waterfall cavern, because it could be. Actually, I should just look at the map because I have a map. Okay, so I don't see a downward passage. Let's see the upward. So I think it has to be. So I don't know. I don't know what the warp cube is supposed to do. I assume it's supposed to warp in some form. But I don't even know if I'm supposed to be in this cavern yet. And either way, we did see all those that other stuff on the other continent. Hold on, chat. Okay. How are we doing on metrics, by the way? I haven't even looked today, so I wouldn't know, but... Okay, we're not doing amazing, but we're not doing terribly. How are we on performance? Our performance is alright. No, wait, no. Hold on. So... Wait, but that doesn't match. Okay. That off? Let me refresh that. Who cares? Actually, who cares? Because what I really care about is usually just the total views. If people don't like what I'm doing, I don't blame them because it's an old game and I don't know. That might turn people off of the stream. It also might be like, oh, we are talking about a lot of off-topic stuff. Either way,
I don't believe that. Us talk about off-topic stuff? That can't be true.
no, we've never talked about off-topic stuff. What do you mean, Dake?
Well, speaking of, actually, I was thinking about something for the last, 20 minutes or so. Just in the back of my mind. I figure I'll pitch it to you and see what you think. You saw the Red Rising conversation earlier on, the idea of reviving book club for a chat?
Yes, and I'm all for it. As long as if it's with my schedule, I will be there.
Well, that was actually what I was gonna pitch to you, was everyone else who is reading it at the moment, and like this has all been pretty organic, nothing has been, planned or anything, everyone's just kind of picking it up.
And
But
we have
about to start,
specifically
and
the extent to which we're reading it. So
yeah, so you would be the freshest one going in, so it would make the most sense to tailor it to your schedule.
well, I listened to the audiobook up until basically until they went into the trial, and then I wasn't paying as much attention.
Well, that's pretty much what Iron is talking about doing in the first stream anyway. He's just getting through like slave era.
Yeah, it's the first 6 chapters. In which case, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely able to do that, and tailoring it to me and keeping it as kind of like a not like because a lot of the problem with book club too, because for one thing, we had a lot of people who didn't really want to be on camera, and the other thing is like the other thing I think is that like trying to do that type of format as a consistent thing, I don't know if you can do it, but you can do it as a supplementary thing.
You can't do it for something like Wheel of Time, not with the different speeds of reading everyone else was going through. It just, there was no chance of making that work realistically.
Yeah. So my plan with Red Rising is it's gonna probably be something I'm gonna be reading in a similar kind of way that I'm reading the comics right now, where I'm like making like good progress every night.
Yeah, I mean that's more than enough.
So I'll probably just allocate this much time a night to reading. But I'm probably gonna go through a bit more right off the bat because I do want to. Well, part of it is I do want to catch up, and part of it is, well, a lot of this stuff is stuff I listened to through the audiobook anyway. That I'm gonna be getting through.
Well, I'm not in any major rush to start this, so I mean, I don't mind giving it a while. Like,
that's a good thing about it.
How about possibly sometime next week if we can get everyone together for the first one?
Yes, I can do 6 chapters in a week.
Yeah. All right. Well, then we'll just see who can pull in. We'll try and match schedules.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see who can show up and who can't, and however many we can like get agreeing for a specific time, we get. You know, I think that works.
I think I'll make this one a little bit more formatted than last time. Like maybe we don't have to stick to StreamYard's 2 hours rule, but maybe stick to something close to 2 hours and just, you know.
Oh yeah.
Maybe try to stay off tangents as much as possible. Yeah, like that'll happen, but you know.
Citadel of Trials. Okay. So the Citadel of Trials is. I think I'm going to head to the airship. Because I feel like something with that name has to be something. So I'll scout out this content because I don't know where I'm supposed to go yet. Because I still have the two crystals, but I don't know where they are. They could easily be on the other continent. So I'll scout out this continent. Actually, wait. Hold on. I believe the blue crystal should be my airship. Alright, chat. Let's scout things out. I do appreciate if Raze is watching and listening, because I know Raze has been looking forward to seeing, because he's a big Final Fantasy fan. Lulu is also a big Final Fantasy fan, and I did give him an open invite to jump in. Okay, it doesn't look like, so it doesn't look like there's anything over there. Okay, well, let me see if there's anything while over here. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't see anything outright that I would be going to. I mean, I can land over here and maybe look, but
You want to be looking for a citadel, right?
oh well. Wait, this could be something over here. This hole, but there's holes over here too. And yeah, we're looking for a citadel, so I assume it's... Maybe this is it.
It does have the look of a citadel about it.
Well, let's see what else is on this continent, too. Okay, so this is... So it's gonna be... I think that the citadel is gonna be either this over here, or this big tower in the desert. What do you think I should do first?
I feel like the castle one looks more like a citadel. But, you know, I'm not sure how much that means. So,
Yeah, I think so too. But well, let me see where I can find a landing spot. I can find one. Okay, I can land over here, and then.
oh, hang on. Go back. Okay, stop. Go left. Yeah, okay. So just around like that little spit of land you were just to the left of you, I think you had a clear shadow at one point right there. No, like okay, so you see this little like bay you're at with the little river, yeah?
Yeah.
So the point of land on the left of the river. I think you had a clear shadow there. I think.
No, I don't think so. I saw a clear shadow over here.
I mean that's not that far, right? You can just use canoe, yeah?
No, this isn't this is Canada's ocean.
Oh.
It feels really arbitrary though. I feel like I should be able to canoe them.
I mean, it has very deliberately the look of river, so you would think.
Okay, well, I'm not being immediately nuked. This is a good sign.
I'm gonna end up hearing this music in my dreams.
I like the music, but yeah, the problem is you just hear it so much.
I mean, Third Age does the same thing when it just drops into the action music, so, you know, I'm used to that as a phenomenon. It's just...
Claire Obscure kind
This
of
is,
does the
this
same
is
thing.
new. This is new music to me, that's all. So it's worming its way in quickly.
And to be fair, it is good music. Oh, wait, hold on. So there's a way into a desert area, I assume, will lead to the other tower anyway. So, at least there's that. Okay, well, that's a good sign that they're only hitting you for 1 HP, so...
You say that, but game rules means it's just a matter of time till we find a giant one who just murks me.
Bro, he'll just hit, he'll do like, it'll be like all the others have done 1 HP to you, he'll do like 75. Oh, okay, I can canoe over here. So
Okay, now that is
good.
arbitrary. That's the same body of water, for God's sake.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, actually. It almost feels like the difference is the end. No, wait, it's... Hold on. So the stuff up there is moving, and this is still. I think that's the only difference I see.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's try... Okay. Citadel of Trials! Okay, this is where we're trying to go.
I mean, it does look like a citadel.
Bro. I could have seen it either way, but I'm glad that the first one we go to is... Oh, it's just a random wizard. You cannot come bearing the crown, I see. Or cannot
Yeah.
be questioned. Indeed not. Very well, I shall grant you the right to undergo the trials. Go now, sit upon the throne. courage will be put to the test. If true courage dwells within you, you will find proof of it here. But where did he go? He teleported, I guess. Where's the throne? Where's the throne? Told me there was a throne. I assumed it would be forward. What? Oh, there's a door over here. Okay. Seems like a weird place to put your throne. Oh, there we go. It just teleports me. In which case, I guess I will go ahead and... Okay. Seems appropriate. Mind Flare. Did you have D&D's permission to use Mind Flares?
Is that something that originated with D&D, or is it a... Jesus Christ, I'm having a total mind blank.
That's
Come on,
my
Brian.
familiarity with it, at least.
Come on, brain, you can do it. Lovecraft. Is it D&D, or is it more of a Lovecraftian thing originally? I'm actually not sure.
It wouldn't surprise me either way.
No, me neither.
I know this much. Okay, up or down? What do you think?
What's the thing in between them?
Nothing in between.
Oh, I
both
see. Sorry.
teleported.
Okay, yeah, no, it just looked different. Okay. I don't know, down, I guess.
$320 damage. You are just hitting them hard, by the way.
I'm the best there is at what I do. What can I say?
Well, yeah, it's you and Iron kind of like paving the... Because obviously, Art and I have the spells to, like, do stuff. But we have to be, like, cautious with our use of it. Okay. 1 or 2?
I assume left is 1.
Yeah, left is 1, right is 2.
Let's go with 1, I suppose.
Yeah, that's... I think I've been here, but over here. I think I have, yeah. So I'll just... Okay, I'm going down on that road. And I think I've been over here before. Okay, I think I went down the last time. If I'm right. Yes. Okay, I am right. We will go forward then. Yeah, thank God for being over-leveled. Okay, no, I've been. Yeah, this is back in that room. Okay. So,
It's reminding me of so many different Diablo levels where you just have to teleport around the place.
yeah, my impression is there's a specific route you're supposed to take. Because, like, I know for a fact I've seen all these areas, so I'm like, okay. So now we know that's not the right way to go. Hopefully, I won't take the same route over and over again. So,
Pay attention to that.
yeah, because I remember this room too, and then there's at least a an actual room over here. Okay, so we're in a new area. Yes, potion. Okay, so there's one down there. I leveled up. Hold on. Okay, so there's a teleporter up there. There's two teleporters over there. There's one teleport. It's gotta be one of these, so I'm gonna take this one because it's the farthest one first. And then worst case scenario, it teleports me back to an old room. I do remember this room, and I assume going up. Nothing. So this is a new area. I think I was just in this area, though. I think this does look familiar, and if I'm right, I'll be over in that. Yes, okay. So we go down then. Yep, and I've been here before. I don't remember which way I'm supposed to go here, but I think it's up.
I misread their name for a second there.
You know, the funny thing you said, I'm like, I immediately know how you misread their name.
I'd say you do, yeah.
I do appreciate the ones where it's like a mistake, but it just moves you to the
Daze
the
is now
last
sitting
room.
behind me, curled up on my couch.
Yeah.
She's sitting behind me, curled up on my couch, and she's occasionally squeaking responses to things she thinks I'm saying.
Fair. Gizzy
Or
is
possibly
kind
to
of
you, actually. She probably can hear you, actually, thinking about it. Are you answering me or Rangi? Which bus are you talking to? Right, chat. For anyone who isn't aware, we both have pets. We both have pets named Gizmo.
Yes, I have a dog named Gizmo, and he has a cat named Gizmo. And they're both opposite genders, too, which is the extra funny part of it.
True. And mine thinks she's a dog. And I'm not sure she's ever met a dog. So I'm not sure where that comes from.
I think we decided this was the correct one for this. Yes, okay, it was. And we know the far reach of this area is not the correct area. So by elimination, and we can now go to the closest to it. And at that point, I at least have it narrowed down to the two down there. Oh, okay.
Assuming I got those HP counts right, you might want to consider healing. Oh no, it's not that bad actually. Iron's a little low.
But do we really care to save iron? If they have a high potion. But yeah, in general, I kind of like the way this trial goes because it kind of forces you to process of elimination. So we're down to the right or down. I think I'll just go to the right first.
That seems as reasonable a choice as any.
No, I think this is another one of those. It sent us back. Yes, it did. Okay. I think it was. That one. Yeah, I was wrong with that one. Okay. Well, I think I've got an idea of which teleporter is the right one now.
I have nothing but faith in your brother.
Yeah. Yeah,
You can do this.
I think I have an idea, at least for the final one, for which one I'm supposed to go to.
Chat, here's a... They're doing it. Trust me, they're doing it.
I believe it was this one. No, I was wrong. The problem is remembering the individual rooms, too. Which is clearly meant to be the puzzle.
A piece of paper nearby?
No. I do not write. Ever. I have a sensory thing, so with me, writing on paper, rough. I can't read my own handwriting.
Most people can't these days, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but for me, it's because I have a sensory disorder that makes fine motion control difficult.
Yeah, you've told me.
Yeah, I have, I think. Also, these guys fucking hitting us with the spells is really annoying. I can actually stop that, but I think I'm just gonna kill them in this next round anyway. It's not worth the spell slot.
Fair.
But next time I engage them immediately. Okay. And this is the correct one. And we're gonna be up there. Yes. Oh, they turned you to stone. They got you stoned!
There it is.
Yeah, I realized it as soon as I said it.
Well, that was nice of them. Saves me the trouble.
Well, I unstoned you, so.
And he calls himself my friend, chat. Can you believe this kind of behavior?
No, what do you mean? I'm preserving your life. Don't you know you had you have a date with destiny that day. Hopefully not the streamer.
What day?
I don't know, probably with bartender chick. That's vague enough I can say it.
Yeah, I think that's vague enough. That's fine. And yes, hopefully not with Destiny. I don't think I can stop myself from kicking his ass, just on general principle.
Yeah, you would leak your nudes, so.
I'm almost amazed Vengeful X hasn't at one point or another.
You're almost amazed what hasn't happened?
Nothing? What?
I said you're almost amazed at what?
I said I'm almost amazed Vengeful X hasn't leaked nudes of me at some point.
Oh. Well, it's probably just because you don't have enough clout yet. You'll get there.
You know, with one or two of them, I can actually imagine that being the case.
You know, I have a very simple defense against time nudes leaking. You know what it is?
Don't do nudes.
Yeah, I've never sent nudes to anybody ever.
Yeah, no, good advice. Used to be my advice too. Oh well. You live and you learn.
What can I say, man? Some women can be very persuasive. That's, you know.
I was gonna say, I've taken one nude ever, and then I chickened out of sending it.
I almost did the first one, and then she, how can I put this? Was very, very encouraging.
Ice brand. Is that gonna be a weapon?
We need to be much more behaved, Rangi. On your channel so far tonight, we've talked about violently hurting people, doing drugs of several types, and now fucking sending nudes.
It's fine. YouTube isn't paying attention. I'm not monetized. They care about monetized channels.
Oh, dear lord. Just think, chat, we're both actually trying to get monetized. We need to clean our act up quite a bit.
I mean, I'd like to be monetized.
Hi guys, welcome to the show. Now time for demonetized. And it's gone.
We just got to the monetization threshold, and it's gone. Well, we lasted a whole 6 seconds.
It's so easy to picture, though, isn't it?
We
made it, guys.
Really
we made it. We're gonna be real nice about ads. Gonna set them on the lowest possible level, as least intrusive as you can possibly. And we're gone.
To be fair, no, look. I would actually be the guy who'd be like, nah, I'm setting ads to the most possible. Fuck you.
I don't know.
From what I understand, YouTube encourages that behavior.
Well, certainly seems that way.
No, I've actually heard that from people who have, like, monetized channels and do streams. It literally is a case of, like, YouTube wants you to be as aggressive with advertising as possible. And you know what, if I did that and I got monetized, don't worry, chat, I won't sell you out. What I'll do is I'll say, but you can watch me on, like, Kick or something like that, and I'll multi-stream to, like, something like that. Where it's, like, no ads.
Hire you.
I mean, look, chat. Let's be honest. I would sell you guys the fuck out. But it has to be a high check, you know.
It's got to be worth it.
And I find it funny I said that, and then I acquired the Rex tail.
I don't want to deal with that blowback unless it's a lot of zeros.
I was gonna say, look, somebody give me the $100,000 check. Not even the 100,000. No, let's say $500,000 check. I'll be like, you know what? This isn't even my main income source. I'm gonna go ahead and take it.
I never liked that chat anyway. They were dicks.
Look, they never gave me 500K.
I mean, fair's fair. Am I fine?
But chat, you also know if I ever sell out. At least I didn't sell out cheap.
Yeah, he's just giving you the number right there. It has to be at least 500k.
Well, honestly, it probably has to be a little bit more. It has to be I honestly, if I ever became like particularly big, it would probably have to be $1 million. It has to be enough I never have to work again, you know?
In this day and age, you'd want to go significantly north of $1 million for that.
Well, no, actually, no. Let me rephrase. It would have to be something I can invest and then eventually not ever have to work again. You know, like it has to basically pad my retirement fund.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. I'm just saying $1 million on its own, like that is not the mistake it once would have been, not by a long shot.
But $1 million in your 401k at 30?
That would be all right, yeah.
Yeah, like let's be honest, like you could probably retire at like 50s and still have like time to enjoy it before your body cracks.
Well, if you're careful with your investments, you could probably retire by 35.
Bro. Well, you don't even have to be careful about your investments. You just have to hire somebody to do that for you. And then if they fuck it up, you can sue them.
True. True. A very American way of looking at it, but true nonetheless.
Well, but that's why you have all the like financial YouTubers, for example, saying like not financial.
No, I just mean the suing them part. Like you guys are so instantly litigious, it's funny to the rest of the world.
Yeah, well, but what I mean is like I'm sorry, but if I pay you to like handle my finances that are supposed to be like my entire future, and then you fuck it up, yeah, of course I'm gonna sue you.
If it was me, I would just give my sister like half of the mill and be like, invest that for me, and I'd sit back knowing I was going to get paid for the rest of my life.
Fair enough.
My sister is a high-level accountant of a sort at a high-level institution.
If there was anyone in my family that would have become an accountant, it would have been.
She is very good at her job, and I imagine if I were to say, hey, by the by, sister mine, would you like to possibly point me at an investment? Then, you know, I imagine she could probably introduce me to the right person who could help me out.
Yeah, so I've acquired the rat tail, which I have to assume is the,
You have to comment on my hair, I won't stand for it, Rangi, goddammit. Obviously, my joking voice did not come through there.
I was like, what? Hold on. Oh, okay, never mind. So I assume the rat tail I have to give to the dragon. That's what I'm assuming, because he's the one who pointed us to this general. And
okay, so that makes sense, I guess. So you assume that the rat tail is the token that he needs, so then he gives you something.
he has to give me something.
I love how RPGs still follow the same rules today. It's like, look, bro, you gave me the quest. You gotta give me something.
Yeah, if nothing else, maybe you points, but I know for a fact that the trick to the game at this point is you talk to the mages. If you're not sure on what you're supposed to do. In general, from this game series, that seems to be, or at least from this game specifically, that seems to be the meta of it.
I can tell you.
And
with
a
great
worst
honesty,
case scenario, I have
this
all these
game,
holes
I
to
have the notion
investigate.
of what to do.
Yeah, worst case scenario, I have all these holes to investigate.
I'm not gonna say it.
Gonna say why? I set it up perfectly.
I know, yeah, but like it's too on the nose, you know.
It's kind of too obvious, you know.
Oh no, I probably shouldn't say that. I'll tell you off air. It's a funny thing. I probably shouldn't say it on air, considering. The story about a friend of mine went for a job interview earlier on. It's okay. It's only a one-liner. It's just it's funny, but like there's identifiers that I probably shouldn't, you know.
What did he have a cast? What did he have to casting couch himself?
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. It's just well, there's no way to tell you other than to tell you. I'll tell you once we're off. It's fine.
Okay. If it has actual like things that could identify him, yeah. Well,
Well, just give
my
him-
head
just give him- just give him
the canon is that Dake had a friend who had to suck dick for a job. Even if it's not that, it's that.
It's not that. No.
Yep.
No, it was just a case of I suppose it's safe enough to say a headquarters that had, let's say, questionable taste in lighting, and I will explain that to you after the stream. You're desperately trying to figure out what I could possibly mean by that, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, partially that, and I'm also partially like, okay, well, this dragon isn't giving me anything for the rat's tail. So maybe I have to go to. So he mentioned the Bahamut, bringing things to Bahamut. Maybe I have to find this Bahamut.
It's possible, sure.
Well, if he, because I've talked to everyone else in the town. Unless Bahamut is unless there's somebody else in town that wants that. It makes sense to me that, okay, well, I'm
Okay, hang
laying
on.
with it.
Let's recap. We've done the Citadel thing. You've done the caravan guy.
Yeah, and I've done the waterfall cave that I didn't even know existed.
So is caravan guy back in town now, or?
No, he's not. I guess I could also check in with him, but all he gave me was the ferry at the bottom. And I still have all these caves.
I do
So,
think that my theory with the ferry bottle is probably right. Like, it's probably going to be the oxygen thing for the submarine.
I think it's probably going to tie into that, yeah.
So, the question then is, what the hell does the rat tail pertail to? No pun intended.
Well,
I
the
said
rat tail obviously is... Oh, wait. What did it say that was? Dragon Cave.
Okay.
So, because the
Okay.
dragon mentioned that citadel, and the dragon mentioned a token, I assume the rat tail is the token. So I assume I have to find this Bahamut.
If it was, he would have, registered it when you tried to talk to him, right?
Only if he is supposed to be the NPC that you talk to after you get it. Because he mentioned Bahamut, and I'm wondering if I'm not the rat tail too. That would make sense.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Well, because I talked to him and he didn't do anything, but he still mentioned taking the thing to Bahamut, or that he needs to bring it to Bahamut, and he would see us. I guess I'll talk to that dragon over there, see if he has anything. You do not
Let's check
fear
it.
me. You have spine in you, human.
Let's check in with chat. Chat, any suggestions? Anyone know what we're missing here?
Well, Bahamut is also a name that is oftentimes, I know, in the fantasy discussion. But I think it has to do with the dragons, and I think it has to do with these caves.
I mean, it does have a vaguely D&D dragon sound to it.
Well, I think Bahamut is like a dragon being in. Have you spoken with our King Bahamut? Dragon confers a great honor upon the brave. Oh,
What do you say, chat? Which cave should we explore next?
it's customary for dragons to venture northeast to the Citadel of Trials. Now we must test our mettle by claiming a token of courage from men. Form of the token of courage
Chapter-
changes with the times. Do not let its appearance deceive you. Yeah, I think this confirms what I...
It does seem to. Chat are curiously quiet on this subject. It's like they don't want to help.
I think this is gonna be where Bahamut is. This seems too fancily, like, laid out. Oh, yep. Okay. This is probably gonna be Bahamut. Yep. How long has it been since... Your bravery seems worthy of consideration.
Hey. That's 3 men and a monkey, thank you very much.
Hey. We will get... Look. We will give the Iron the title of man. But he doesn't get to sit on the council.
That seems fitting.
So be it, I shall honor you with titles befitting your valor. Oh, wait, are we getting an upgrade? That's the implication.
On dragon wings, motherfucker.
Oh, we just changed outfits.
And did a Nazi salute. What do they mean by this?
Oh, we full on changed titles and models.
I am a knight.
Yep, you're a knight. Iron became a ninja. I became a white wizard. And Art became a black wizard.
Racist.
But also, Art also acquired a face. Does that change our magic at all?
I don't know. Seems like a general upgrade. Cross-skilling, perhaps?
Restore the crystals to grace. Okay, I guess I will. Well, we have that one tower over there. I guess we can go over there. We've barely used our spells to... I guess we have all these other caves to explore too.
Glad you've switched to calling them caves, because it was difficult to take it seriously every time you said, I wonder what's in that hole.
Well,
Or
the
I think
game
it's
started
explored
calling
this
them
hole.
caves. I like hole better.
You just keep serving me up jokes on a platter tonight, bro.
Well, no, but I'm doing it on purpose.
I know, but I'm better than that. I like a joke that you have to kind of make them go, wait, was that a... You know.
Bro. Okay. Well, look. We have 2 holes left to look at. And this is the
The
only time the
subtitle,
joke is gonna be set up.
the subtitle for this stream has to be the Spelunking edition, right?
Honestly, it might be. Depends how long ago. Yeah, it might be.
Rangi and Dake explore holes. Oh god.
You know what? Yeah, that's what it is now. Thanks.
I don't even know if YouTube will let you use that.
No, I think it
Oh
will.
god.
I think it will.
Why do I keep making jokes? Every time I make a joke around you guys, every time it turns out real. I'm like fucking Jokestradamus.
You know what? Actually, in fact, YouTube, let me go and change the title right now.
You see this, chat? You see this? I'm not kidding. The server that Rangi and I are friends in, like, I can't actually make a joke in there without it ending up true.
Also, I forgot to link Iron in the description, so this is a good time.
It happens every time. What's the countdown, Rangi? So, book club was 1. Shit, what was it? Book club was 1. Well, this is 1. 3 or 4 yaps, I think. I feel like I'm missing something obvious.
It's probably 1 or 2. Well, I think just trying to think. Oh, wait, no, Suicide Squad.
Oh, yes. God, how could I forget that one? Oh shit, Arcs DCU watches one of them as well, because I made a joke one stream on. Ugh. Shit, I guess that means I'm technically responsible for the Birds of Prey Snyder Cut thing.
So what did you say the title should be? Rangi and Dake? Oh,
I think I said explore. Why am I helping you?
I think you expect his fear, to be honest.
I do this to myself, chat. I do it unknowingly, I do it unwittingly, and I do it unwillingly. But I do recognize that I am, at least partially, at fault. I need to stop talking altogether.
You just need to stop having friends at all, ever.
Yeah. Communicate with no one at any point, says the man trying to start a YouTube channel. This is gonna go great.
I mean, there are worse ways to do a YouTube channel.
I suppose at least it'll be interesting.
Okay, well, I found a lot of gil there.
This dragon is unusually chill with you plundering his hoard.
Only truly brave can obtain a token of their courage. Okay, well, he's a bitch. That's why.
I thought you'd already done that though.
No, I think that's the idea. I think the idea is you're not supposed to know which one to do to get that upgrade. And, okay, so this is the place you get the upgrade. Find that. And obviously you go through this river. Never that. Is there anything over here that you get?
For anyone watching in chat, he did in fact change the name of the stream.
I did. If you refresh, you'll even see it.
God damn it.
Oh, hey, there's a town over here.
See, this is gonna be so much more fun when there's like 3 or 4 of us live. This is gonna be awesome.
Ooh, no, they did. They just did 102 damage to you.
I'm watching.
That was crazy.
Do I have a
Okay.
lightning sword now?
Hold on, I need to actually take these guys seriously as a threat then.
That is a lightning sword.
Is it a lightning sword, or is it just say critical hit it? Because it doesn't flash whenever you critical hit.
I don't know, but it seems to have replaced the fire thing with like a blue thing. So I would, I would take that as lightning. I wasn't
Well, we
supposed to
made it
run.
to a town called Gaia. Oh. What's happening? What happened? Yeah.
I
This is
let's
Gaia.
just
Our
check.
town is often called our town. I have the hawk. To our south is an ancient city known as the Wing of the Hawk.
Chat has got nothing for us. Chat, anything? What was Purple Orb?
I so I have an opinion of what it really was. Was that the fairy? That would make
Sure.
sense.
Yeah, it'd make as much sense as anything. Yeah.
Okay, so we have an inn, we have the... Oh, wait, we have 2 magic shops for prosperity. So, in which case, I think this is probably the fun town. Because it probably has magic shops for both. Midnight? I don't know, let me inspect. Okay, no, 7. Yeah, because I remember 7 having, like, stuff. Right, petrifies... I guess I can take... And
You know the way
Blizzard.
they say smelling toast is sign of a stroke?
Huh?
What does it mean if you mysteriously smell stuffing?
You have an American you have undercover Thanksgiving happening.
I guess it must be coming through the vent system. That's weird. Just got a sudden really strong whiff of stuffing.
Deja. Oh, so deals damage to undead or Raja, which only restore one ally's HP. Do you think I should learn? I have to learn. I think I have to learn the healing one.
I think that does seem the most sense.
Well, because the anti-undead spells are already working, so they like.
What is the difference between when the symbol is lit up and when it's not for the shop?
But not lit up. Oh,
No, like right here.
So the white versus the black, white magic versus dark magic.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I probably should have figured that out.
Yeah. So some character like me right now, you see, for some reason they turned me into a redhead. By the way,
I noticed.
but me.
But you're a boy, so it does nothing for me, Rangi. I'm sorry.
So well, they also gave artifact.
I do like a good cape.
No, I said a face.
Oh. Well,
Remember,
everybody likes a good.
he was like the dark hooded character that just didn't have a face. No, he's a
Yep,
face.
he looked like Corco. He looked like Corco, chat. We talked about it the other day.
Yep.
Yesterday? Was yesterday. We talked about it yesterday.
No,
Corco came first.
I don't think it was yesterday. I think it was 2 days ago. But yes, he did look like Coco. By the way, Dake, have you watched the D&D movie?
The new one?
Yeah, the recent one.
No.
I liked it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Those trailers looked terrible.
So there was a
Why
lot
could
of
you go
stuff.
2 hours ago before I watched absolute dog shit?
I don't think it's for everyone, but I think I really liked it and it was really fun for what it was. I'm not. I
played
only
the old
watched
one.
it once though, so I'm curious. You know, I own it on DVD, so I could rewatch it.
I guess I could watch it.
Maybe
Keep
I
forgetting
will to see how I feel about it now.
I don't want to watch the old one now, actually.
I watched the old one right after I watched the modern one. I like the modern one better.
Yeah. The old one has Thora Birch, though.
Yeah, I think the problem with the old one is a lot of it is like you have the fact that you're trying to have Hollywood approach. For one thing, D&D I don't think great setting. Sorry, type of thing.
No, it's not. If you want to do it, you need to pick one of the alternates. Do a Dragonlance story, do a Forgotten Realms story, like pick one of the main characters from that, something that's actually set to have a hero or a set of heroes, as opposed to, well, a set of archetypes that anyone can be. I mean, honestly, it should be Dragonlance. Like, it's right there. You've got easily 10 plus movies and another 10 plus shows just from that setting alone. All you have to do is put the budget and the talent behind it.
Also, I keep picking up with Iron because I'm used to him having a different color. Oh wait, he can equip other stuff that he wasn't able to equip.
Well, that makes sense, I guess, yeah.
As a ninja, I guess he different different equipment as he was. I'm going to start the wizard staff and I equip the wizard staff. Okay. The healing staff just seems to have like the like. Okay. I guess I'll just then equip the ruby armor to the better armor to me. Just go ahead and sell everything else. Might as well. Even if it wasn't.
Gotta be able to pay them bills, bro.
Oh, look, we have the gambling debts. I have gotcha games to pay. Look. If I can do that with Gil, sure. But also, I'm sorry, the game isn't telling me any extra over this. So if it has other abilities, like
If I could tell you, I would. But again, I am not Final Fantasy man.
oh yeah, I'm sure if Rave or Lulu were here, they would tell me how retarded I'm being, but they aren't here. Unless they're subhuman.
Sorry, I'm fending off yawning. I'm not doing it to the mic. This new one is much more sensitive than the old one.
Doc. Okay. I know this. I'm equipping this protect ring to ever. Because it is just full on better. I had. And I can sell all the gloves. Not.
Weird as this may sound, this is strangely giving me Inquisition flashbacks just trying to clear out my inventory.
I mean, yeah, that is kind of the whole, like, RPG issue is always... Well, I wouldn't even say call it an issue as much as it is part of just the game. Is inventory and deciding what equipment for you, and then...
It's actually the main thing holding me back from going into a Fallout original trilogy playthrough. Like, I know it's gonna fucking annoy me so badly.
Okay, but counterpoint. Because I know about the video you're working on.
I don't have to incorporate the games for that. And honestly, like, if I did...
Well, wait, so is your video supposed to be just on the show?
Yes. Now, obviously, the problem with that is they have said that the show, and I quote here, they have said that the show is canon to the games. They haven't said that the other way around, although I presume, or I would assume, that that logically would be inferred. Although it can't be, so there's that. But no, for the purposes of the video, I don't need to include the games in any huge degree. They the comparison I'm drawing doesn't really require it. I might use like clips or you know quick character bits here and there. I'm not sure, but I don't have to. It is very much I want to talk about what I think the show stole and from where.
Okay, so now the fairy is giving me that one resource. Looks yellow. Air will flow out of that water for...
So I was half right, but also half wrong.
Yeah, so well, you were definitely correct. It's just the mechanics you were wrong about.
It's just the way it was the fairy in a bottle. Like the bottle part seemed like it made sense that like fairy bottle, like magic bottle, okay, you need this resource, so I guess it will give you I don't know, it just seemed, you know, straightforward. Like game logic to me.
Oh yeah, and from what I understand, the idea is supposed to be... I don't know what the two remaining crystals are. No, one of them is supposed to be the water crystal.
Is it 4 or 5 in this?
The 4 or 5 for that? It's 4. 4 crystals.
Okay.
And the ones we have so far are Earth, air.
It's funny to me that you're saying this because after the guys watching Fifth Element and I missed it yesterday, I sat down and I watched half of it last night and the other half this morning.
Fifth Element is kind of bad. I didn't like it, but maybe it was just the mindset I watched it in.
I absolutely love that movie. I really
Hey,
do.
what is this town's name? Onrak.
On rack. I assume that's some sort of reference to something, but I don't know what.
Yeah. It 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 it's probably not a reference, but it's just like just gave me pause for a second because I was like, oh, his name.
Did we ever establish, by the way, is my new sword a fire sword or still? Sorry, it's still a fire sword or is it a lightning sword?
I think it's still Fire Sword. Let me check your equipment. No, you have an ice sword right now.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, blue. I suppose that makes sense as well. Yeah.
But there was another reason that gave me pause, but you and I don't bet.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I see it.
Yeah.
On a related note, I don't mind letting chat hear this one because it doesn't give any kind of identifier.
You have Oxiel. You are the ones we've been waiting for. What do you mean? You just told us like vaguely like no, don't go into a submarine. Dangerous.
Oh, is the reason some of
Wait!
them have a thing of legs because they wear mermaids?
I assume that's probably it. But also she just jumped into the air and floated away into the air and faded away. I don't know. I don't know what just happened.
I know all of a sudden, and I'm very, very surprised to say this, I'm now having Pippi Longstocking flashbacks.
I know this. Suddenly I'm locked into having to finish this dungeon. Hopefully it's not gonna be long.
Hear that, chat? He is locking balls.
I am lucky. But it's fine. I'm allowed to do that because I'm gay.
Is that how it works? I always assumed that if you're in possession of balls, you can lock balls. It never seemed inherently gay to me. You just had to have, balls.
It isn't, but I said it somehow. Don't you know, as long as the gays claim something, they have rights to.
That's hard to argue with. I want to, but it is hard to argue with.
It's kind of like if you suck one dick, you're gay for life.
Well, it's not a whole lot of situations where a straight guy ends up sucking dick,
Oh. I have noticed. I think it's art that is able to use like proper weapons. And it really does change the whole game. Having like one character that was a mage, like using like full on like weapons, it just changes things. And
I can imagine that.
having Iron able to use different weapons wasn't able to do before. Like proper armor also changes.
There is a Dragon Age reference for this exact thing, by the way. Dragon Age 1. Do you remember the spell sword, either the item or the cross class?
Equally.
It's one of the reasons I ended up playing with the two mage party so often. So in Origins, I would go with Morrigan and Wynne, and given a choice of those two, giving one of them a spell sword, you know, assuming you're not playing a mage, which I mostly don't, it obviously goes to Morrigan, because it just ups her damage immensely. You just have to restat her a little bit to make her more of a melee character. But it's incredibly effective, because if you're careful about it, she retains all the... excuse me. She retains all the uses of the magic powers, and she retains all the behaviors that you've given her. But if you tweak them a little bit while you tweak her skills, her stats a little bit, you can actually turn her into surprisingly effective mid-armor combatant. So like a, well, spell sword, yeah. It's right there in the name. But it's great. As long as you're careful to make sure that she and Wynne can both heal, you're basically immortal, and you end up with 2.5 tanks in a 2-mage party. And of course you can double that up with Arcane Warrior, so, you know.
I'm assuming I'm gonna find the water crystal down here.
You just got a mage's staff, so I imagine that'll be useful to one of you.
I'll have to check, because I feel like I'm probably over-leveled for this area to be...
It seems like it.
Yeah, because I'm kind of rolling... I guess let me check. Check if iron... no. They just have... Most things we pick up in combat, though.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same
Let's
way
say
about
we're almost to the 4-hour mark, so if you ever want to, like, stay up, just...
I will drop out in the near future. Yeah, it's getting late for me. I'm back in work tomorrow. A little later than usual, so I can afford this extra time, but I can't go too much longer. I'm not, I'm not running off, but it is a consideration.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm... Well, it's not you running off, like, I literally prompted you, like, hey, if you need this, or, you know.
No, I just mean I'm not in, like, a huge rush, but it is in the near future as opposed to the far.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the future of comics, I guess? That's something that... so my assumption is always something is gonna rise up. I think, honestly, the big two are eventually gonna step up and, like, check their behavior.
There are some signs that they recognize what is wrong and that they are trying to, but it's not going to be possible for DC or Marvel to actually do that. Not in a real sense. At this point, this is all going to sound incredibly conspiratorial. I realize that it's not supposed to, and it's honestly just the truth as I understand it, as relayed to me by professionals. I know that's a lot of qualifiers, so, take it or leave it.
But I know who you're in contact with. So I know.
But
well, I know that you're in contact with.
It's root and branch infestation is the problem. it's not just the writers, it's the editors, it's the editors in chief, it's everyone is of the same ideological bent, and they all want to do the same thing. It's not something that you can just bring a new swathe of artists and writers in and fix like that. It's not like you could just magically bring back all the greats. I mean, you could bring back the greats. Most of them would. You'd be surprised how many people would be willing to go back despite what's been done and said about them. But it wouldn't fix anything. At the end of the day, it just needs to be. I realize this is going to sound overly dramatic, and again, not meant to, but like it needs to essentially be a purge. There's no way either company is going to end up making something that will really get eyes back on the product without that.
Well, it's
I
interesting,
know
right? Because
Absolute is doing well. Well, Absolute is doing well for DC.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I've heard about that. Oh, but from what I know, it's just like also just a lot of that audience they're losing. It's not going to ever come. Well, most of it isn't going to ever come.
No, the vast majority is. And even at that, like, modern selling well is anywhere north of maybe 10K, which is a pathetic number. A pathetic number only a few short years ago, and a truly pathetic number compared to some of the big sellers. Like,
Yeah.
these are numbers that would get a comic cancelled before, and they are now being celebrated as well, not game changing, but like successful sales numbers. They're not at all. It's a sham.
I might have to step away for a bit. I don't know if I'll be able to back or not. I might just end the stream. I might just end the stream with me getting out of the.
All right, man. What you gotta do? You gotta do.
Something just came up. Yeah.
Yep. No worries.
So, for the chat, I'm just gonna make my way out of this area, and then there I'll. But thank you very much for watching. I hope, like, subscribe, comment, the good stuff.
Yeah. Good to see you guys. Always a pleasure to talk to you. I hope I didn't bore you too much with my random trivia.
Yep. Yeah. And until then, yeah.